Happy game day, everybody. Welcome in the On Texas Football Watch Along. That is right. The On Texas Football Watch with us is live. The Longhorns are entering the stadium right now out the tunnel, and they're ready to play the San Jose State Spartans. Both teams are 0-1, coming off of week one losses, obviously. Longhorns would like to turn that tail today, get back to 500, and continue their mission in 2025. Jerry Hamilton with me, of course, Aaron Hogan. Matthew produces. We got Rod Babers and Coach Shipley and Bobby Burton and all the crew throughout the course of the day as we watch the game with you. And some breaking news to start, Jerry, before our first quarter. The Trey Wisner, Alex January developments. Go ahead and fill people in on that.
We had been Bobby had reported there was going to be a defensive starter out a couple of days ago, and it was just we were going to hold that news until game day, obviously, for that. But now that it's out, Alex January is not dressed. Could miss up to a couple of games potentially. So it could be more than one today. But and then Trey Weiser, we've been saying he was a little banged up. We started saying that he got a little banged up late in fall camp. We said it kind of the morning of Ohio State game because, again, we didn't want to kind of report that. But Trey Weiser being held out today, not expected to be anything major there. I think just letting his body heal up. Carried it 16 times for 80 yards last week. I think they're just going to let him heal up a little bit today, get closer to 100%. So good thing is for the fans at the stadium, and except for the Wisners, is you're going to see a lot of Christian Clark, Jarrett Gibson, maybe even some James Simon today. So it's going to be a day to see some of those young running backs. Christian Clark's first game action at Texas, first carries for Jarrett Gibson in year two, and potentially the first ever carries for James Simon as a college football player.
Well, I think, hello, Jeff Howe. I think we'll see a lot of that today with, an opportunity as a 37-point favorite now. Not that the spread matters, but supposed to be and expected to be a wide margin. I think the first goal when you set your goal board today, Jeff, would be, getting Arch Manning back on track with his mechanics and, rhythm in the passing game and those type of things. But this is a San Jose State team who's going to throw it a lot, but they also gave up 230 or 240 rushing yards last week to Central Michigan. And Texas should be able, even without Trey Wisner, to line up and run the football. But you also want to, get Arch Manning back with confidence, timing with receivers, all the chemistry things we saw as issues last week. You want to see that get sharpened up today too.
Confidence is key. And we talked about that in the pregame show. We talked about that all week. And for me, the big thing is, man, start to figure out who you are offensively. Start to form an identity. I think drive starters, Sark helping out. We know Arch needs to help his receivers. They need to help each other. Sark's got to help Arch too. Sark's got to identify those drive starters. Anytime you get a first down, you move the chains. Jerry, you mentioned the pregame show. Man, first down is huge. Now, you look last week against Ohio State, Texas was 5.2 yards of play on first down, which is good. A big chunk of that was the run game. I mean, the pass game, I think Arch was 6 of 13 for 58 yards on first down. And we know there were just first down struggles in that game, struggles for Arch, period. So drive starters, knowing what gets your quarterback into a rhythm is really big for Sark. And he got to that point with Quinn. Hopefully he doesn't take too much longer to figure that out with Arch.
By the way, Joe Tessitore and Jesse Palmer on the call today. Jesse Palmer's straight back from the Bachelor in Paradise finale. So thanks for Jesse getting back in time from Bachelor in Paradise for college football season.
Yeah, appreciate that. I missed those episodes. How was it? Who won? Was True Love found in Paradise?
Is True Love ever found? I don't know, but a couple of people walked away with $250,000 and True Love in air quotes. Somebody's asking how bad is Trey Wisner? Just banged up, nothing long term from what we hear. Just resting him today.
Well, and obviously, as we know, Texas wants to be their best in November and December and January, and probably wise to temper the carries, temper the body toll on a back in Trey Wisner, who did feel like last year kind of wore down at the end of the year without C.J. Baxter there with him. You want to keep him fresh and ready to go. So this will be fun. Our entire game again brought to you by Ally Medical Emergency, also first quarter by Callahan's General Store. But if you aren't in Austin, like we were doing a pregame show this morning, overcast, maybe some showers in the area, but also muggy. It's very, very humid today, but not as hot as you'd normally have in early September. It's about 85 degrees.
Your captains today, by the way, C.J. Baxter, Malik Muhammad, Ethan Burke, Trevor Gooseby. Trevor Gooseby being a captain, while Austin Gooseby, the 5-star brother, on a basketball official visit. Coincidence, Matt? Maybe, maybe not.
I thought David Rawls asked. He said how many sacks. I thought he asked how many socks. I'm like, well, I mean, if it's wet, you could be changing socks quite a bit.
A lot of socks. Hopefully, not many socks and a lot of sackles today. 2 interceptions, a good number. David Rawls. Walker, you get through 2 last week. If he throws similar interceptions this week against Texas, that will Texas receives the ball, returning the kick right now. Ryan Niblett. If Walker get those similar interceptions this week, Texas will get a pick 6 because they were opposite field, ill-advised late throws. So Arch Manning, Texas takes the ball. Ryan Nelson, Tyler Atkinson is supposed to be in town. James Johnson, Vodney Cleveland are there. We're on the field early, along with the 2 5-star basketball official visitors and some younger prospects. Here goes Arch Manning on first down. See what we got today, guys.
I jumped on a little late. Have we addressed the Alex January injury?
Yeah, we did. Alex January, Trey Wisener.
More than likely.
Yep. Alex January and Trey Wisener are not going to play today, just precautionary. And Arch Manning, you want to see him on point today with his mechanics more than anything. And looks like there might be a flag to start this game, but we got a little end around. Little inside shovel and a nice play for DeAndre Moore. That's a good drive starter, but it might be coming back. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a really good play. Really good play design there. Quick hitter, but we're going to have a hold. It looks. I don't want to say who it is yet. Let's see the replay.
Well, that's an explosive play to start the game. Explosive run. I think they would have called that a pass because it was actually forward to DeAndre Moore coming across the formation.
Yeah, it would have been
for Arch Manning.
I think they called the hold on Livingstone on the edge.
Yeah.
He had the shirt there. Yeah.
Yeah, holding on Parker. Negative play. Now 1st and 20 after a explosive run or pass catch for DeAndre Moore. Not a great way to start if you're Texas, but good play call. I liked it.
Jerry, that's the old Brian Harston, Major Applewhite era front flip to start a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediate pressure that time. San Jose State won the line of scrimmage and on what turned out to be 1st and 14 because they called the penalty from the spot of the foul down the field. So now it's going to be 2nd and 14.
Texas going a little hurry up here on 2nd down. Play action. Arch is looking. He's loading up. He's going deep, and that's going to be ill-advised late throw in double coverage, and lucky it wasn't picked.
Ooh.
Somebody
wants to know why you haven't shaved today there, Jerry. Just running with the scruff?
Yeah, no. So I have the Manscaped. I have the handyman ready. Aaron, I said earlier this week that I was not shaving until Texas scored a touchdown in the red zone this season. So it damn well better happen today.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't want to wait until like next week or even October.
All right, 3rd and 14 for Texas now. San Jose State's going to come after it, obviously, try to force something, but Arch Manning's going to have to make a throw. All right, incomplete.
Pressure at the feet of Arch.
Pressure at the feet, kind of a little flip throw downfield. He's got to wait for his receivers to get 14 yards down the field. Got some pressure, and not a great opening series for Texas. Opening play was great, but then kind of a negative play on a run play, incomplete for Arch on a bomb, and now 3rd and 14. They brought a little stunt and twist and ended up with some pressure, incomplete on the attempt to Dalen McCutcheon.
Yeah, just good pressure there. Arch couldn't step into the throw on that one. That was good pressure by San Jose State on the twist, and I was hoping Jack Boomeister would have a bye week, but that's not the case.
I like the way you said that, Jeff Howe, a little bit ago. Define your identity on offense, and that was scripted, and the holding penalty, obviously set it back, but not a great way to start. They'll come back to that script, but now the defense has to do like it did all last week and hold up here early on, just getting going. First quarter brought to you by Callahan's General Store. New hours at Callahan's starting after Labor Day, 8 in the morning to 6 days a week. They've been there since 1978. It's Callahan's General Store. We'll tell you about them throughout the first quarter and our entire broadcast, and our watch along brought to you by Ally Medical Emergency with 7 locations in Central Texas, 9 all over Texas. And now it's Walker Eget, 6'3", 225, the quarterback for San Jose State. They do run in kind of a run and shoot offense, guys. Spread it out and throw it a lot. Yeah,
they do. And I'm interested to see how much in the first down run. I want to see how much they're going to, and that's an 8.5-yard gainer, by the way. See how much they incorporate first down runs in this game, Jeff, because I expect them to try to condense the clock in this game as much as possible while still being as aggressive as they need to be. But a lot of it's going to be dictated by how these first 2 or 3 drives go for San Jose State.
Wonderful. That was an auspicious start for San Jose State. No penalty, and they get 8 yards on the first carry. Now it's going to be a 3rd and short. Texas still got pressure off the left side that time. Lianga Lafau pretty much derailed that, along with Colin Simmons. Jelani McDonald as well.
Yeah, if there's a run in between the tackles and you don't hear LaFau's name, at least being on half a tackle, at this point you're surprised because he just reads it, diagnoses it, and reacts so well on anything in between the tackles in the run game. He is really high level.
3rd and short opportunity. They run the similar play to Texas, a little misdirection, and it's going to get not just the first down, but yards into Texas territory. Nice play there. Had Texas going one way, flipped back the other, and the contain on the outside wasn't there, and it got to the corner.
And by the way, Jack Boomister with his first bad punt of the season too earlier.
Yeah, this is not a great start so far for Texas. They look a little flat-footed, and San Jose State's coming after them, and Texas was not able to move the ball on their first drive. San Jose already across midfield with a couple of nice runs.
Did Anthony Hill just straight up fall down? Like, did he just get some bad footing and slip?
I'll have to see that replay, but that almost could have been picked off by Grayson Littleton. He was looking for the hit, but Anthony Hill deflects that and rerouted that pass.
Yeah, Scudero is their go-to guy. A little receiver, 5'9", 170, 172, tough kid. They'll actually try to sneak him down the field at times too. Walker Egot's going to have to be – he's going to have to be careful with the football today. I watched some of that game last week, and he had 2 picks, and both of those against a P4 team could have been gone back. Oh, geez, offsides on Colin Simmons. One for sure would have been a pick 6. The other one in the end zone was so ill-advised that could have gone back a long way too. But offsides there on Colin Simmons, helping San Jose State on a goes from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 5.
I didn't have Melvin Hills getting some run on the first defensive series of the game on my bingo card today.
I did not either, Jeff Howell.
Yeah, interesting start for Texas. I shouldn't say little sloppy, very sloppy. Penalty on the opening drive offensively. Now penalty on the defense. Just look a little bit slow to start here for Texas. Looks like San Jose State's got a little more pep in their step than Texas does right now. There's some pressure coming.
And again, right there, that throw right there, if Grayson Littleton sees that a little earlier, those are ill-advised throws that Walker he puts the ball in harm's way a lot, and good pressure there by the Texas defense forcing that one. But Egott will put the ball in harm's way quite a bit.
Ethan Burke's getting credit for that hurry, but Anthony Hill made that play happen.
Yeah, they brought him up with some pressure. Big 3rd down here. Texas was unable to stop the last one. It was 3rd and short. This one 3rd and a full 5 yards. Good pressure immediate, but slant route good. Got inside of Jalen Gilbo, and that's a 1st down.
Got a little almost a little pick route there, a little rub route there when you see the replay. A little bit of a rub route there attempt, but I'm not even sure that was executed that well by San Jose State.
No,
right.
That Jerry, you probably with Littleton and Gilbo there, you may want to pass that off, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, 25 yards on this drive already. There's also been 2 Texas penalties or a Texas penalty on this drive. They are getting pressure, but the ball's coming out. There's another one that was not a good throw. Wasn't really open, but kind of got rid of it essentially.
Ethan Burke had the pressure off the backside. Look, San Jose State's OL is not going to hold up long term in this game, but you're starting to see that early too. What are the issues going to be for San Jose State as their first team offensive line gets more reps in this game and they start to tire a little bit? And Texas brings in the pass rushers in waves. They're going to have an issue in pass pro in this game. They're going to have to play a very, very effective game in terms of timing in the passing game.
And a lot of Travis Shaw in the interior D line. Nothing wrong with that. I just think
tough run right there by San Jose State. Lianga Lafau was there, but good stiff arm, a little physicality coming from the Spartans early here, and they're moving the football. They're into somewhat field goal range. Remember, their kicker missed 2 field goals late last week that could have won their game against Central Michigan. They lost by 2, and he missed 2 field goals.
Colton Vosick on the field here on this first drive as well. So big 3rd and 4 coming up here.
A third down of this drive. They've converted the first two. They both all three third downs have been where they would want them, manageable. It was third and short, then 3rd and 5, now 3rd and 4.
Empty pass rush coming. That's a hold. That is a hold on. It was. I don't know who the rusher is.
Oh my gosh! It
They
was
didn't call
Zena.
that.
Yeah, Zena got.
That was a blatant hold. I can't believe they didn't call that.
I mean, that was forearm around the neck.
Yeah, I mean, geez, that may be the easiest penalty that crew has all day. Again, Egan didn't get rid of the football. He didn't throw that away. So now you're 4th and 10 and a longer field goal.
He's getting ripped right now on the sideline.
Yeah, Coach Ken's up in him right now because he could have saved himself 5 yards, and now Dennis Lynch with one end is your kicker. He was 0 for 2 last week. Obviously, as you see there, left footer.
Yeah, no, he only missed
He's
it.
0 for 3
he
now.
missed it by 30 yards.
Yeah, that's
Egan is getting ripped because you have to get the ball out of your hand there. You have a kicker that already has confidence issues. I mean, man.
All right, Longhorns will have their second drive here, but they need to get some energy, find it from the crowd, something, because so far it's been San Jose State as the aggressors. Longhorns had a penalty on their first drive that kind of negated. That would have been an explosive play to get it going. Let me tell you quickly, guys, about Callahan's General Store. Great folks. They've been there since 1978, and there is in Southeast Austin, right between downtown and the airport. They want to make sure you properly care for your lawns before the cooler weather comes. You know, the month of September will flip to the fall on the 22nd, and that's why I love to go over to Callahan's all the time. I have a home and a yard, and I don't want to expend the yard service and what it costs to maintain it. So I just go to Callahan's once a month, and I get all the applications I need, the fertilizers and the soil amendments and the mulches, and they guide me right to it. I'm by no means a green thumb, but when I go to Callahan's, the people are amazing. They guide me to the products that I need, how to apply them and when. And I just do that once a month, and my yard looks great and year round. And it really is cool. Just the great people. That's what separated them since 1978. And just like the lawn and garden section, that's in every section for them. They've got everything for your pets and furry friends. If you have live animals, chickens, just down to your pets and your dogs, they've got everything at Callahan's, plus the hardware section, the housewares, the Western wear, and they're just great people. Family owned and legend in Austin since 1978. 501 Bastrop Highway between downtown and the airport. They're now open 8 to 6 Monday through Saturday. Get in there on your way in for a tailgate and get your cool gear. I got a cool burnt orange Callahan's General Store cap that I got there. You can get your favorite team as well. It's Callahan's General Store. Always a good day to make it a Callahan's day. Bringing you our first quarter today. All right, guys, what do you want to see in this second drive that wasn't great in the first?
How about not a penalty that negates an explosive play? It'd be a good start.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the big thing is just not shooting yourself in the foot right out of the gate. I mean, it's a 28-yard gain, flips the field position right away. If some people want to see Art start running the football, I mean, it's only going to be off schedule in my opinion. But look, I just want to see execution at a higher level. That's it. I mean, the deep ball, the first one, the penalty. The run negated the 28-yard first play. CJ Baxter, San Jose State won that play on the handoff on second down for a yard loss. Arch deep ball. Did Wingo not run that route full potentially? But Arch probably shouldn't have thrown that ball. There was a safety help over the top. Then the third down play, good twist inside. Aaron, you called it. And somebody had the leg of Arch, so he couldn't step into the throw. So it was an all-around, just an ugly first series of the game offensively. You just want to see execution right now. If Texas will just go out and execute, they will score the football in San Jose State, but they have to execute it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You also do want to see Arch Manning. I was happy to see San Jose State in the zone defense on that first series, like he saw a lot against Ohio State. You want to be able to see Arch read that, and we saw him get pressure, but also the deep ball was not open. So you want to make sure he's seeing where his routes are going to be into this zone that San Jose State probably is going to borrow from Ohio State. So a first down run this time off left side, and it gets positive yards, but it'll be 2nd and 8.
Nick Townsend in the game for Texas at tight end. CJ Baxter obviously getting the carries now. We'll see at what point does Christian Clark or Jarrett Gibson come into this game.
Trey, I guess Trey's holding everybody's chains on the sideline today.
He's the chain gang.
He's always a team guy, man. Whatever we need.
Good
There's
throw.
a good throw right there out to Ryan Wingo, first down, and first down of the game.
Just a nice little quick shot. Going back to that penalty on the first drive, Jerry, we talk about this offense needing confidence. That is so deflating when you've got a good play dialed up, you get a 30-yard gain, and then just a kick right in the junk. Like, man, get brought back by a penalty. It's just that's tough to recover from when you're lacking confidence.
All right, the initial first down for the Longhorns is on a Manning to Wingo. Here's a throwback screen that played well by San Jose State. The corner came up and blew that play up on an attempt to C.J. Baxter.
Yep, great play by San Jose State there on the little throwback screen off the play action. So it's going to set up 2nd and 15, a little half roll of the pocket. But San Jose State guy stayed home, made a really good play. Read it well.
Yeah, and Brandon Baker didn't get a block on that one. Just got beat by a smaller person, got under him, and that's a negative play now. So 2nd and 15 after the initial first down for Texas.
Play action there. Put the ball in the stomach. Pass protection not great. Arch is forced to run it. Is going to get it to 3rd and medium.
They got at least the 5 yards back from the negative play last time, maybe a little more. And, pressure coming. Offensive line. This is why I say flat-footed a little bit. The offensive line feels like they're a little bit slow to the punch. San Jose State bringing it to Texas right now.
Yeah, and you knew we kind of – I'd mentioned I thought San Jose State would come out with an inspired effort because they had the embarrassing loss last week. But still, even with their inspired effort, they're winning too many one-on-ones right now for my liking early in this game.
Agreed. This looks like it's going to be a soft zone. See if Arch can find a hole. Ryan Wingo with the drop on good throw. Really good throw by Arch that time. Ryan Wingo just let it get through his hands.
Wow.
That's brutal, man.
I mean, there's a quarterback that misses some throws. We talked about last week. Now when you make throws, I mean, you're talking about another 25-yard-ish gain wiped out. This one on a drop.
Yep, that would have been explosive. That was a good read by Arch into that zone. They ran the slant, and it was wide open. And Texas will punt. Jack Bomeister for the second time. First one was not his best effort. This one looks like it's a lot better. And 14-yard line is where San Jose State will start the drive. But I think the adjective I would throw on this first half of the first quarter is sloppy. Just sloppy and the opposite of sharp, which is what you wanted to see. Drop passes, penalties, negative plays. They need to wake up, the Longhorns, right now in this first quarter, brought to you by Callahan's General Store.
Bevo came out of the tunnel more ready than the offense did.
Yes, offense with 22 yards, 11 running, and 11 passing. But I'm sure Kyle Flood on the sidelines is going to, say what you just said, Jerry, some version of, you guys are getting beat right now by San Jose State. They're winning individual battles against us. And obviously Ryan Wingo with Chris Jackson about concentration. Longhorns need to get into this ballgame. It's early, and Texas has the talent superiority, but you got to play even football right now. But one first down, but as many more penalties than first downs now for the Longhorns. And here comes San Jose State. Defensively, but expect to see a lot of guys, right? I mean, just a lot of rotation. We already saw a bunch on that first drive, and I mentioned off our top of our broadcast, very, very humid today. It's not, the blazing hot, sunny conditions that normally we could get here in September, but it's overcast and it feels kind of like Houston right now. It's just very, very muggy and sweaty. So a lot of hydration. I think you'll see a lot of rotation for the Longhorns and for San Jose.
Yeah, for sure. The chat, y'all. Chat, hang in there, chat. Hang in there, chat. The chat is is this one, man. It's a lot of fun. Keeps me laughing. But I love having you guys in there. Just hang tight in there. But look, I want to see how Walker Egan responds this second drive, because if he wasn't rattled before, the head coach may have rattled him after that 3rd and 5 where he ran out of
that
bounds.
was a chewing, man. That was some serious
He
conversation.
got dressed down on ABC. Like, he got dressed down. So I want to see if the San Jose State offensive line it shows any signs of being able to handle the Texas pressure. If they can't show any signs the second drive of being able to handle the Texas pass rush, then I think we're going to start to see some turnovers.
Hey, one thing on that, I just got a great question about Ryan Wingo. And guys, I just recall last week with Coach Shipley when he was on with us, talking about he's still not sure about the maturity of Ryan Wingo and if he's ready to be that wide receiver one. And he didn't really elaborate on that, but I remember last year at this time it was Coach Shipley that was really praising Matthew Golden for what he had seen and what his sons had seen in practice. And to hear him be concerned a little bit about Ryan Wingo, he didn't have a big game at Ohio State, and it wasn't all his fault, but he just had a drop. What would you say on that as far as Ryan Wingo? Is he ready to be the guy at Texas?
Not dropping that route. I mean, there's no question about it. And last week, Arch missed him, right, and didn't make the throws when he was wide open on the shallow crossers and whatnot. This week, Wingo with the big drop. I mean, look, I'm not one that overreacts on after 2 drives. Let it all play out, right? But that needs to be his last drop for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That he needs to go out and start making plays for his quarterback. I don't expect perfection out of these guys. Hell, Jeremiah Smith dropped 3 balls last week. Okay, but that needs to be his last drop for the last 3 weeks. And that was a big play, another big play for the Texas offense missed due to first one was a hold due to wide receiver error. Parker Livingston had to hold on the first one, and Wingo just with the drop on this one. That needs to be his last drop for the next 3 games.
Agreed. All right, so incomplete on first down. Good pressure again. Texas is going to heat up this young quarterback. I don't think there's any doubt. And he is, as you said, his mama was not real happy with the dressing he just took. That was making her blush. And now we'll see how he reacts. He's in the deep end zone here, the south end zone. So there should be some noise right next to the student section. See if Texas can create something here. That was something they didn't do last week, which was create a big play defensively. They played good defense, but didn't create a game-changing type of play. We'll see if they can replicate something here.
Good throw to the opposite hash on a little quick out against Kobe Black in coverage there. Again, Texas has multiple guys. We'll see if they call a hold here on the illegal shift. But Texas has multiple guys getting pressure on these plays, and that's the bad news for San Jose State as this game moves along.
Yeah, illegal motion at times. So now it's going to back it up even closer to that goalpost and to that deep end zone. Let's see if the crowd can be a factor here. For a young quarterback on the road, struggling right now. Texas has a chance to make something happen. Negative play, maybe get the ball on the ground, or certainly make it a tougher punt here if they can get it to third down.
And that was a 3-man rush drop in the zone. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. Stepped in the pressure. Is lucky. That's not a pick.
Ooh, he threw that across both hash marks.
I mean, he throws so many opposite hash ill-advised throws. Like in 2 weeks, he's thrown like watching Central Michigan and now this game. I mean, he just makes so many opposite hash ill-advised throws. He's going to get a pick 6 in this game that you can see it coming a mile away.
Yeah, he is reckless with the ball. I see exactly what you're saying. I didn't watch any of the game last week, but you see it here. He does not he puts the ball in harm's way, as you said earlier, and Texas is going to notice that. Here we go, big third down. See if they play it conservative or they try to go for this. Yeah, there's a handoff.
Handoff and punt, so it'll be a 4th and 10. Ethan Burke with the tackle there on that play. So it'll be a 4th and 10 coming up for San Jose State. We'll see what the San Jose State punters got. If he better hit a good one. I would like to actually see a San Jose State punter outkick his coverage. We'll see if Texas comes after this. I don't think they will on a 4th and 10, but I would actually like to see him outkick the coverage and see what Texas can do in the return game.
Jerry, that looked like they had NASCAR dime personnel because you didn't have a interior defensive lineman on the field, period, on that third down.
That was that jumbo dime with Ty Anthony Smith?
Ty Anthony Smith.
They came after it, did not get it.
Zena, Ethan Burke, both on the field.
There is a flag down.
Man, geez. Wow.
You
would have had to, this is what I don't get right here from a coaching perspective. You have them at 4th and 10. You're going to get the ball at midfield, and your offense has been struggling, and then you go after it and rough the kicker. This makes no sense. This is bad coaching. Bad coaching. This is not when you go after the punt. You're going to have the ball at midfield. Give your struggling offense a chance.
Jerry, that last thing you said, that's exactly why I don't come after it. Like, my offense needs a break. And
yeah, very dumb. Michael Tapp almost got it, and he avoided the collision. It was Manny Muhammad coming behind him that roughed the kicker. And Michael Tapp almost had a block punt last week against Ohio State. He nearly got that one, but he took the right angle. It was Manny Muhammad who took the bad angle.
Yeah, you should not have gone after this punt. You were going to get the ball at midfield. If you get a big return, you're going to get the ball at the 40. Those are the things that don't make sense. Your paralysis by analysis, you're overthinking the situation. And then you give an offense life that just struggled, right? And keeps your defense on the field instead of getting a struggling offense on the field at midfield. It makes no sense.
This is a
100%
team.
agree.
This is a team at this point that is not doing a great job paying attention to details, and championship level teams pay great attention to detail.
Well said. Well said. Now 2nd and 8 as another 8-yard run on the first down, which is what San Jose State needs to thrive as an offense. And Texas has to wake back up on defense. They played with great aggression on that last series to get off the field, but now they got to fire it back up. And,
Bobby Petronic said it perfectly. Situational football is not a strength of this staff and hasn't been for years. Situational football was abysmal last week, and it hadn't been much better so far this week.
Yep, this is that identity forming you were talking about, Jeff, off the top. I mean, your identity can be, good or bad. You're going to have one, and do you play complementary football? Does one side pick up the other side? Last week, the defense played well enough but couldn't force a turnover, and couldn't keep. They had Ohio State backed up and couldn't force something in an end zone. Offensively, obviously, we know that, and which wasn't good enough. We'll see what this one is. This is a rough start for Texas. First 10 minutes has been forgettable.
And beat deep, but luckily overthrown.
And that's Grayson Littleton on the coverage that time.
And Scudero's the guy. Scudero's the guy they're going to try to get deep. He's got really good speed, good double move route runner. He beat the CMU on something very similar last week. He's got a little jitterbug feet on those double moves, and luckily Egan overthrew that one by 10 yards.
All right,
that's the gift and the curse of being, wanting to play more man coverage and being aggressive. You're susceptible to those double moves.
But again,
all right, this will set up another 3rd down. This one will be in about 9 yards. Good pressure that time from the interior to shove that back inside. Texas now with a chance to get the ball back, but obviously the field position is flipped.
The frustrating thing for me, guys, this isn't a talent issue. Like it's you're just an undisciplined football team right now. Until you prove otherwise, you're a sloppy, undisciplined football team. It has nothing to do with talent.
Yeah, these have been self-inflicted wounds. So, the holding call on Livingstone, the jumping off sides, Colin Simmons, drop, Wingo, running into the kicker, Manny Muhammad. These are some of your best players too, by the way.
Hero Canoe is playing well for somebody that said that, and an incomplete here on 3rd down. So it'll be good coverage by Jelani McDonald there on Scudero, who is their go-to guy. That guy's got a little quickness about him, so really good coverage there. Recognition by Jelani McDonald will bring up a 4th and 9. And instead of Texas getting the ball at the 45 of San Jose State, they may get it at their own 15.
Yeah, here they let's go for the block. This says Texas doesn't respect San Jose State, and San Jose State's taking advantage of it. I would agree with that. Undervaluing this opponent right now, and they're playing hard. They've outgained Texas 2-1 so far, and Texas needs to wake up, as we've said. And now, this was an issue last week, Jerry and Jeff. We talked about it. Fielding and not fielding punts. That one, that was a good punt by San Jose State, by the way. So Longhorns are the ball at the 9-yard line. So that run into the kicker was a penalty of 15 yards, but it also was a penalty of about 40 yards in field position.
Yes, it was. And the difference is Texas will probably have points on the board right now. And now you're 90 yards away with on your offensive 3rd possession. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I did not like the punt block call. I did not like that. Let's see what happens the rest of the game. I think Texas is going to win this game comfortably. The start has been bad, and I think that decision to try to block that punt did not help.
Yeah, just sloppy, and kind of uninspired so far for Texas, which is not the standard and not the culture that they talk about. You gotta play to your standard. Callahan's General Store bringing us this first quarter. Got the cool T-shirt here, the orange T-shirt. They've got all kinds of gear over there. off Montopolis on 183. Got all that construction done too. If you haven't been that way in a while, that 183 toll is all done, and it's so easy on, easy off to Callahan's. Still right there where it's been since 1978. I go there from all my yard essentials, keep my yard looking great, my gardens, my green spaces year round. You just walk in, talk to the great people. They're going to guide you to the products that you need. And I'm kind of a dummy when it comes to that. So, they tell me exactly how to do it. And I don't waste money, waste my time. I use the right amounts and don't burn my grass up year by year. It's going to be the fall here before you know it. So get in there, get your fall essentials at Callahan's General Store, plus the cool caps and T-shirts and Western wear. You need some new boots, new cowboy boots, cowboy hat, belt buckles, the whole bit. They've got everything. Just a larger than you think general store run by family people and local folks right here in Austin, Texas. It's Callahan's General Store. Also, our friends at Ally Emergency and Ally Medical, bringing you this whole game as we get going. Got to get better, guys. Longhorns are a sloppy Joe right now in this game. It's kind of a wet, muggy, sloppy kind of game, weather day, but also that's how the Longhorns are playing, and they need to find the alarm clock pretty quick here.
D Weez in the chat says it perfect. Said playing down the competition like usual. I don't know about not like usual, but Jerry, you said on the pregame show, this is the antithesis of playing to a standard. Like this is the exact. I don't know what you're playing to right now, but it ain't a standard.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, what Sark talks about post game is wanting to play to a standard, and what we're going to see whether that ends up happening or not by Texas today. But I think that was what was going to be preached to this team in games where you're expected to win is play to the standard. For the first 10 and a half minutes, Texas has not played to the standard. Weren't helped by a bad punt block call by the staff, but I have not played to the standard. We'll see what happens. See what happens here. Somebody in the chat said Walker Eget outplaying Arch Manning. I would say no to that. Walker Eget's 2 for 9 for 16 yards, and he's going to throw a pick 6 or 2 in this game. Arch Manning has it was shovel pass called back, but then he has the really good ball thrown to Wingo dropped. I mean, Arch Manning has been under pressure. He's actually played pretty well. He's had one ill-advised deep ball throw, but he's actually played well in this game so far. He's been under a little pressure, had the drop on a dig that would have been a 20-plus yard gain. So I actually like what I'm seeing from Arch early in this game. We'll see if the Texas offense can mount a drive, though.
I'm watching the offensive line. I know that's you watch, Jeff. You want to start seeing a push here from these guys up front.
If I'm Sark, I may just light my opening script on fire and just start running the football downhill. I gotta figure something out.
First ever carry for Christian Clark as a college back there. Goes for 2 yards, so it'll be second.
No push.
Yeah. So far, no push, and really it's been San Jose State on the defensive line winning those individual battles and getting into the Texas backfield. That's a run that, you expect more out of that one on first down.
Good
little cutback that time, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be up a 3rd and 3 here for Texas on the 17.
Now, see, that was a good job. I like Gooseby getting a seal right there. Clark being a running back. At some point, running back's got to be an athlete. So it's not bad.
Yeah, now 3rd and 3, 3rd and manageable. But obviously, Texas needs to get some momentum, move some chains here so they can get some rhythm in this offense, which has been, completely wonky so far with penalties and mistakes and drop balls. We'll see what they can do here on 3rd and 3. Arch Manning with a great throw, great fake. This might be 6 to Parker Livingstone. We'll see a good block by Ryan Wingo, and the Longhorns are going to score a explosive touchdown of 83 yards. They faked the little screen. Parker Livingstone, the double move, and a good throw and catch. Longhorns are on the board, and that doesn't cure the ills of earlier, but boy, that looked good.
I love it.
Yeah, good read, good throw, good pass protection because the offensive line's getting killed in the chat here. Good pass protection on that 3rd and 3. Well-designed route, good route run by Livingstone, and Arch hit him in stride, which was the key to hit him in stride so he could ride out with the speed there.
If I'm Chris Jackson and Sark, though, Jerry, I got to have a talk with Ryan Wingo because he nearly got this thing called back grabbing a jersey. Like at some point, you just got to realize this block is not going to impact. I appreciate the effort, but you got to realize at some point the block's not going to impact the play. Now, I'm not ripping Ryan Wingo. I'm saying that goes for a lot of guys.
By the way, that where Nathan, yes, no red zone score. I can't shave yet. This is getting.
Oh man.
Y'all,
Of course,
y'all think I'm angry at the block punt? Just wait. I thought I was about to shave.
well, not only are nice concept too, nice drawn up play by Sark that time. And you're right about Ryan Wingo. He's downfield hustling, trying to block, but don't grab the white jersey. But Parker Livingstone's got plenty of wheels, and that's his second touchdown already. Texas has 2 touchdowns this year. That's the combination, Arch to Parker. They're actually roommates too. So there's a chemistry there between those two.
Don't start this, Aaron. Don't start this.
Oh
gosh.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hey, by the way, the San Jose State safety falling over his shoelaces was very good for that play going to the house.
Good cut.
That's
you
why.
want to do the Jordan Colt thing again?
Yeah, and I think we could stay away from that if at all possible.
Stay as far away from that as humanly possible.
Yeah.
I like that post wheel combo though, because if you look at that, both guys went with Wingo on the post, and that opened up the wheel for Livingstone.
Yeah. So you guys have to help me on Sean McCumber drew a 3 of 7, 30 yards against Florida International. Y'all got to help me with some scores, guys, in the chat. Tell us what's going on.
Iowa State's up. Iowa State 6-0. Iowa State's up 6-0 in Cyhawk. 2 field goals in the first quarter. Duke up on Illinois 3-zip. We'll keep an eye on that. Those are the games that are on and I'm watching. And I'll get you some scores coming up.
Is there someone who enjoys the
Longhorn roommate for 50, Alex? That's pretty good.
Oh boy.
Is there anybody who enjoys the for entertainment purposes only lines enough? Do they have enough scones to ever take the over in Cyhawk?
Hey, Stoops fights here. He said they're sleeping there. No, they don't live north of the Red River. All right. But a good one. I like it.
SMU's up 10-0 on Baylor in the first quarter.
See, that's one game that interests me because I want to see how Baylor does against SMU because I know it's transitive property, but what Auburn did to beat up and win at Baylor last week is that going to tell us something about Auburn or is it not? I think we're going to find out. Another ill-advised throw. And
there's the pick. There's the first pick. It wasn't a pick 6, Jerry, but it is a pick by Jalen Gilbo on the. I think he got his hands under that.
Cole Brevard, Lance Jackson with the pressure right there.
This guy cannot in his head force himself to throw the ball away. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Now, Texas has good pressure in this game, but he can throw this ball out of bounds. For whatever reason, and Walker, and I've never met the guy, obviously, he cannot make himself throw the ball out of bounds. Look at that. You throw that ball out of bounds and live to play another day. He puts so many footballs in harm's way. I've never seen anything like it. Throw the thing into the freaking stands, man.
That was Murad Watson. That was my bad, Murad Watson, not Cole Brevard, but low snap.
That was immediate pressure right in his face. And you're right, Jerry. He got outside the tackle box too. It felt like to me, and he could have thrown that into the stands. And then now the Texas Longhorns with an explosive 83-yard touchdown. Now the ball back and see if they can capitalize. And CJ Baxter was a hand on his foot from maybe scoring on that run, but that was a 12-yard run on first down. And Longhorns starting to get this going.
Hey, listen. We're charged up here. We're charged up.
Red zone.
Yeah, we're charged up. We're ready. Let's punch this thing in.
Yeah, they're going to be empty with the CJ Baxter motion. Nice play that time through. Came under to Ryan Wingo.
Hold on. That is what LSU ran against Clemson last week. Sark watched football on TV, and they put have y'all seen Texas run this before? Because this is what LSU was running against Clemson last week.
Yeah, I like it where the motion looks like it's going to go to CJ Baxter, and it goes underneath to Ryan Wingo for a 4-yard gain. But, yes, I did see that. I really like the play caller for LSU. He's very creative.
All right, we are in the red zone officially.
Neto Mazzulo's in. We've got Nick Townsend in 11 personnel.
Nick Townsend with a good block there. Down to the 7, first down. First and goal from the 7.5, 8-yard line.
God, what a block by Nick Townsend, dude. That's Jerry. They got something, man.
Yeah, no, he's an aggressive football player.
Okay, now you're first and goal, guys. Jerry, get that thing fired up. And I don't think they need to throw a pass here, but they can't have a penalty, which they have all too often in these spots, a hold or an offsides or something that backs them up. That's been a big part of their red zone issues. 3 clean plays, and you could be in the end zone.
See if they go play action here on the first down. Let's see. Nope, they stuck it in the stomach. And, almost down to the 2.5.
Yeah, I don't think you need to throw it right now. And just
I
don't
don't
get a holding call.
CJ
grabbing
CJ's
jersey.
showing a little vision, little cutting on a wet field. I like that.
Yeah, he looks good. I feel like he's going to break a big one. He's got to get through one of these hand tackles, grabbing his. He step over that, he could be going here. 7-0 Texas. You know, a really ugly first quarter could, if they could score before the clock here, could be a 14-point quarter that certainly didn't look like that when it started. First 8-9 minutes were ugly, but explosive touchdown, turnover, and we'll see if C.J. Baxter can get himself in the end zone.
Play action, little RPO. Here we go, RPO.
3 for 3. Hey, 3 for 3 for the roommates. Nice job. That's 3 touchdown passes already this year.
Thank
for those.
goodness all this gray gets to go away now. I've been hating.
The Norelco is fired up right there on the On Texas Football channel.
This is the Manscaped Handyman, Aaron.
Is that the one Brent Musburger's hawking?
No, I don't know. This is what Manscaped sent me in the mail last year for the ad reads.
Like that. The tool for your family jewels. You can shave other things with that, I think, not just your face.
San Jose State just got Manscaped, and so am I.
Nice. 3-yard touchdown pass off play action RPO. Arch made the read, a decisive throw, a couple of those to Parker Livingstone, and it's 14-0. So, yeah, sloppy for the first 10 minutes of a quarter and then explosive for 2. And the Longhorns are now up 2 touchdowns. And those who have the Longhorns to cover today, if you do, they'll feel a little bit better than you were 10 minutes into the first quarter. But here we go. Got a missed field goal for San Jose State, a turnover, and now the Longhorns up 2 scores. And our first quarter brought to you by Callahan's General Store. And Parker Livingstone, we talk about chemistry, guys. These two certainly have it. And if Ryan Wingo is going to drop the ball, then if you're Arch, you're going to be like, all right, I'll throw it to Parker.
I don't understand it all. When you know you don't have help and you're a defensive back, if you play outside leverage on a goal line, you deserve to get beat. Like, that's just, I'll never understand why guys do that, Jerry. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, at least if you're going to protect, thinking you're protecting against something to the boundary, like, at least you've got the boundary is your extra defender. I'll never understand that, but I don't know. I'm sure Jesse Palmer, because I saw him on the telestrator breaking it down. I like the motion by DeAndre Moore and the run fake that opened up that window for Arch to throw the ball. And that's really good footwork by Livingston too. You know, they shown that interception. The only guy on the field of the 11 guys on defense that's pissed off is probably Jelani McDonald, because he had a pick thrown right in his chest and got up in a hurry.
Jelani's had really good coverage. Hey, Coach Shipley, Texas scored a touchdown in the red zone, so I'm shaving because I hadn't shaved all week. Yes. So I'm finishing me a little Manscaped handyman shave here. The chat has life again, good life again, Coach. It was an ugly start to the game. The hold on the first play of the game, they gave it a 30-yarder. Wingo dropped one on the second possession that probably would have got Texas in the red zone. I did not like going after the punt there when Texas would have had the ball at midfield. I thought that was a coaching error, but Texas getting it going now. It was only a matter of time in this game.
Yeah, that's right. A little frustrating with our offensive line not getting a surge those first couple of possessions, but certainly had their way with them that
Hey, Coach Shipley, what have you seen from Arch? Obviously, the explosive play, skews things. 6 for 9, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns, both to Parker Livingstone. But mechanically, looks like he's back to getting his feet underneath him and delivering a nice ball.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's still a little shaky. I mean, his long touchdown pass to Parker was not a great looking pass. I mean, he Parker had to kind of wait up for it a little bit on that wheel route, but I think he's getting settled in a little better and probably gaining more confidence with every completion.
Yeah, that's what he needs. That was, good throws and mechanics, but also confidence that and I thought, Vince Young made a great point this week on the podcast he does with Coach Brown that, however poorly Arch played last week, Jerry and Coach and Jeff, he had to he had to show up and be the same guy that he was before. He couldn't have his head down. He couldn't act like it was getting to him. He had to be the exact same guy with swagger and confidence all week long. His teammates were going to be watching, and Vince was very clear to say he hopes he does that. Let's hope that's the case with Arch Manning.
Yeah, Manning. Look, Arch is gonna. He went out in front of the media and took responsibility for his play. He's handled everything in a professional manner. The way he's been brought up, there's not going to be any inconsistencies with the way he approaches games, approaches weeks. It's going to be steady and it's going to be professional. That's the way they've handled everything from his recruitment. I watched the guy practice multiple times. He's the first guy out to practice. He sprints from play to play, sprints from drill to drill. Everything he does is consistent with his effort. Nothing's going to change for him, and I think he's only more motivated now, but he's got to also manage that motivation a little bit. Guys, I'm going to back out. I'll be back in the fourth quarter. Glad I got the shave on air.
That was nice. Thank you. The prop. Coach, speak to that, though, of Arch being the same guy, good game or bad game.
I'm sorry?
I said, speak to that same thing the week to week, to be the same guy, whether you have a good game or a bad game. And, that's what a leader does. Vince Young was saying that. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a given for, any athlete in that situation. But, as you guys have talked about, it's not fair to have them put the pressure on them that they have. But it's just like a pitcher. You throw a home run pitch. You got to put it behind you. And I'm glad that Arch has the background that he has, because he's got great people in his ear that are saying exactly those things. And I think, I don't know that he's lost a lot in his life. And so you learn what you can from the winning. But obviously it's an old close coaching cliche, but I think it's so true. You learn much more about yourself when you lose, because they've tried to take advantage of what they perceived were your weaknesses, or could be weaknesses for you.
Coach, I know we get further removed from it and we can go revisionist history, but I'm talking about we and Gen Pop. But you forget, Vince didn't immediately come in like the world on fire. Colt had his struggles early. Sam, certainly his first year, as a freshman, made some mistakes. But the great ones all eventually get to that point where it starts to slow down. They figure out who they are, and then they take off. And I think it may not happen as quickly with Arch as some people want it to, but it'll get there.
That's the hope, no question. Now, Texas, do they have another turnover forced here to start our second quarter? Brought to you by Driven Auto Sales and Driven Automotive. We'll tell you about them. But, yeah, it looks like Texas is going to have the ball again. Because I was about to ask you guys about this quarterback for San Jose State. How long can he go with him if you're Coach Ken there? Because 3 for 11 and throwing the ball over the yard. But now it looks like they might have put the ball on the ground. We'll see what the official ruling is here.
I couldn't tell if that was Taft that got a hat on it or Ty Anthony Smith that got a hand on it, or maybe both.
Texas ball, according to the head referee. By the way, Baylor just scored a long touchdown. It's 10-7 SMU, second quarter. Is it going to stand? Oh, man, it's going to be close. Yeah, that was Ty Anthony Smith ripping that out of there, it looks like.
Yep, Ty Smith. I'll give Taft Daddy credit for, Ty I think that's probably going to get over.
I don't think he's down yet. I think he's on top of our player. Well,
it's close. It's real close.
The other end looked like he was on top of our player, but his elbow may have been around.
Well, no, you know what, Coach? I think as his knee's going down, I think the ball's already coming out. I don't think you've got enough to overturn this.
No, if they would have called it the other way.
Yeah,
right.
It's got to be conclusive, and it's so close. And there's Tapp in there with the headgear, but it's really Ty Anthony Smith doing something that Sark talked about all week, that we played good defense last week, but we weren't ripping the ball. We can do both, make sure tackles and try to force a fumble. We'll see if this stands. If it does, the Longhorns have a chance to really pile this on. Left elbow is important too here.
Like I may be getting me a 26 Texas jersey. I may be getting me a Ty Smith jersey.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, right? He is fun to watch. And I know you're down there every day, Jeff, but hearing he's making himself really, really tough to take off the field. He's just playing that well. Go ahead, Coach.
That's the best view, and it's going to be really close on that knee.
Yeah, and the elbow too. I think they'll probably look at because the elbow is the knee, and when it comes to that, so we'll see what they come up with. But I think it's gonna be tough to overrule what the original call was.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that last view showed definitely the elbow was not down. The knee was close.
I think you're right. And if they use elbow, I think it's real good for Texas. We'll see.
Call stands.
Call stands. All right. Did it pretty quick too. Nice job, guys. Let's see if we can. All right, to Anthony Smith, the forced fumble. First turnover forced by the Texas in that regard. They have an interception already, Jalen Gilbo, and now the turnover sword has 2 footballs on it, and Ty Anthony Smith with the number 26, which Jeff's going to go out and get.
I'm probably heading to the co-op, make that happen. But Coach, I don't know if you said it or I saw it in the chat because I'm kind of all over the place at this point. But I just like the aggression, whether that was upheld or not. I just like the aggression. Hey, the first guy get there, and then the second guy go for the strip, get a hat on it, whatever. Just try to knock the ball loose. Yeah, exactly. And you could tell, and we talked about earlier on some shows this week that we knew that the defensive staff was going to be emphasizing that this week since we didn't get a turnover. In fact, I can't remember how many straight games we had turnovers in, but it's the first one we had in a while. I'm behind right now, but this is probably where you want to take a shot, I would think.
Yeah, I think, they're going for it. Play action. Good throw. There it is. Jack Endries, touchdown. Texas is exploded on San Jose State in the last 5 minutes of football. 83-yard touchdown to Parker Livingstone. Turnover, drive for a touchdown by Parker Livingstone. And now Arch Manning off play action with his 3rd touchdown strike of the first half, his 4th of the year. This one to his new tight end up the seam, Jack Endries. Longhorns are in the end zone from 36 yards out. Quick strike, Coach.
Wow. I was afraid y'all were ahead of me by a couple of plays. I
love Coach. I love taking a shot right after you force a turnover. They're on their heels. Just boom, go for the throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be deflating because we'll see now they have a quarterback on the other side who's, as we said, 3 for 11 for 20 yards and a pick. Now they're down 3 scores. We'll see what Coach Ken employs here, but this is rough. That's, they went from sloppy to explosive. They were really sloppy and kind of flat-footed to start this game, but man, 3 big plays, 2 huge plays offensively, 2 huge on defense with the turnovers forced. To Anthony Smith, credit for that one. And how many times we see Gunnar Helm on that same, up the seam route once the zone spreads. And that was a good throw by Arch right there. I like that. Stepped into it, good strong throw, and easy pitch and catch.
That's a confidence builder for Arch, I think, Coach. That's play action with your back to the defense, turning around, letting it develop and seeing it. I love that.
And this is what you want to see as a fan and an observer like we are against that zone defense. Arch, reading it, waiting, not rushing the throw, not getting his feet out of whack, staying with it. And there was no pressure, and so he didn't feel the pocket at all and delivered a nice pass. And obviously Endries was wide open. And this is now a 3-score game. Let me tell you that our second quarter brought to you by my great friend Jeremy Jones and his team at Driven Automotive. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, used vehicle, I can't recommend them enough. They're based in Buda, Texas. But, man, they'll get you a car all over Texas, all over the world. Jeremy Jones is a lifelong Central Texan and entrepreneur. But his longstanding motto and theirs is simple. Make the used car buying experience more than fair and more than friendly. That's what it's all about. It's that simple at Driven Automotive. Quality, variety, customer satisfaction drive everything they do. They want to get you in a new car, a used car. You won't find a better vehicle at a better price anywhere than with Driven Automotive. It's in Buda, Central Texas, but man, all over Texas, they deliver cars all over the country to get people the vehicle that they want, and it's just a click away at drivenoutosales.net. That's drivenoutosales.net. So whether it's your dream vehicle or a car or truck, because you got to have one, Driven Auto, they carry everything from fuel-efficient compact cars to full-size custom options. Every one meticulously inspected for quality and performance, and this is huge. You're not going to find this many places in a used car. They come with a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty with Driven Automotive. So yes, again, more than fair, more than friendly at Driven Auto Sales. A click away, drivenoutosales.net. And Driven is what Texas has done here, guys. That's 3 drives in a row for scores. And you've been around this long enough, no coach. I mean, there's some games where you come out and you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot and dropping passes and getting holding calls. But then it just clicks, and that's all it takes is a little shot of adrenaline. And next thing you know, you're up 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know what was going on to start the game. It makes you wonder maybe if Texas maybe had underestimated San Jose State and their offensive line. Or defensive line, I'm sorry, against our offensive line, because I just expected us to move the ball up and down the field on this team, looking at their run defense from last week. But anyway, I think last week's opponent, had 200-yard plus rushers in the game and gave up, 275.
Yeah, I think it was 51 carries for Central Michigan last week, and they're a ground and pound kind of team, and they ran it 50-plus times and for 230 or 40 yards. So, yeah, but they had a hard week of practice, too. They had what they called an embarrassing loss because they lost the turnover battle, and now they're losing the turnover battle again today, but and then lost because of a couple missed field goals. But either way, Texas has turned this game quick. And what do you do now, Jeff? This quarterback, as Jerry and you and I were talking about in the first quarter, he's all over the place, and now he's going to, have to make some things happen.
If you're Kenny and Matalolo, you're in a tough spot because really you got 2 choices at this point. You can keep running your offense, try to get something established because you got conference games to go try to win. You like to be bowl eligible, so you need to run your offense when you got a chance to get reps. But man, if you don't trust your quarterback to put the ball in the right place, you may just want to try to start running the football and get out of here. I think probably at this point in the game's a little too early for that, but at the rate this is going, I think at some point you may just see San Jose State just try to start running this thing and burn some clock.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle now. It's one of those, you got 14, you got a whole second quarter to go, Coach, and take your time, see if you can mount a drive and get it back to 2 scores and go from there. But it'll be interesting to see what they try to do. This Texas defense has really gotten after them here.
Yeah, I think when you look at this offense, it's a little they call it an offshoot of the running shoot. Linemen get a little wider splits sometimes, but they typically are able to run the ball out of that offense, and I think that's what you're going to see more of. That and high completion passes, but I don't know that that those receivers are going to have a lot of luck over time.
Ethan Burke that time beat his man off the jump and forced that and then cleaned up by Colin Simmons and Murad Watson. Nice job that time. That
was a 6-6-6 swim move by Burke. Love that.
Oh, y'all are way ahead of me,
Coach. This is the kind of swim move you put on a clinic tape right here.
Yeah, and then there's in his face, and here comes Colin Simmons. That'll be the first registered sack of the year for Colin Simmons, I think. If they give him the full, or they give Murad Watson and Burke credit.
Oh, you got to give him now. You got to give Murad Watson a half right there. You got to give the big fella half.
I get you. Yeah, he was behind him. Either one of them. And now here comes a run on 3rd and 13, and the Longhorns are going to get off the field. The ball is out again. Ty Anthony Smith has done it. This could be a fumble for a touchdown. There is a flag down, but man, the Longhorns. Ty Anthony Smith making plays if that stands.
Ball returned to the 1 yard line, maybe.
I would think that's a hold on San Jose State, maybe.
Yeah, I would think so too. Yeah,
it didn't look like a face mask or anything. Boy, if you're
touchdown, first down, Texas. All right, so Colin Simmons, I think that was Ty Anthony Smith again, forcing a fumble on a 3rd and 13. They just ran the ball trying to get their punter on the field, and the ball came out again. San Jose State has just gotten shell-shocked. They were kind of boxing with Texas for the first 10 minutes of the game, and now it's just been a flurry. Yeah, Ty Anthony Smith again, guys. That's a clear fumble, clear recovery, and Trey Moore all the way down to the pylon. See what they call that.
I
1 yard line.
thought he was going to take it in. Quarterback got
Great job by Ty Smith, man.
You're gonna have company on that jersey purchase, Jeff. I think
It's all right. Hey, we get some NIL money in Ty Smith's pockets. It's all good.
it's 2 big plays. I mean, I'm game balls going to Ty Smith. That's a couple of game changers.
All right.
Now this thing.
I want to see them power this thing in.
Well, that time it was the pulling player got tripped and really threw that whole play off, I thought, because then he went down and created congestion for Cedric Baxter. I think it was Endries. Somebody,
DJ Campbell slipped. I don't know if he stepped on somebody's foot, but he definitely lost his footing.
Yeah, and then that created, traffic for CJ Baxter. There was no hole because his guy was laying down.
Coach, I don't know about you. I'm not a huge fan, Coach, of pulling linemen on the down around the goal.
No, I'm not either. I'm not either. I like to try to get good angle blocks and get a good kick out from a motion tied in or something. And
I just invite too much.
Well, you're going to like this play, Coach, coming. CJ Baxter from 1 yard out, cleared out the right side. The angle blocks as you just described them, and CJ Baxter into the end zone. 1 yard rush. It's now 28-0. It was scoreless, guys, just a little bit ago. It feels like now 12, just under 13 minutes, and now into the second quarter, and the Longhorns have scored 4 touchdowns. Oh, actually, no. There is a chop block on Texas. This is going to come back.
Oh, man.
Or was that on the kick? Yeah, repeat second down. Chop block on Cole Hudson. See, that's from the center position. Oh, man, that's close. He was engaged with Brandon Baker. He went low. And C.J. Baxter's touchdown will be nullified on a chop block by Cole Hudson.
Yeah. That's tough.
Happens quick down there, Coach. That's tough. I mean, you're trying to get your block, but at the same time, Brandon Baker came over, and you can't go low on an engaged player is essentially the rule there.
Yeah, that's tough. But I tell you what, all those receivers are not that mad about it because they want to turn that run into a touchdown reception.
Well, they just did. Jack Endries is in the end zone. Arch Manning has 4 touchdowns in the first half. C.J. Baxter lost his to a penalty, but a 16-yard strike. And Texas has just knocked out San Jose State from 16 yards. Jack Endries, again, off the right side this time, and another nice throw by Arch.
Yeah, that was nice. I'm not kidding you. I know receivers. I know them like my own kids. And when there's a penalty that negates a running touchdown and it moves you way back, every receiver's licking his chops.
A nice play, too. A little crossing route and down the field, and Endries came under it, and a good throw by Arch, who was facing no pressure. So mistake overcome by the Longhorns, the chop block. But, boy, so far this defense with 3 turnovers forced, all in deep territory, really to force the issue. It started with that 83-yard touchdown lightning bolt, but since then it's been defense forcing turnovers, leading to quick scores for the Longhorns, and this game is out of hand now.
Yeah, I think Sark at this point, Coach, I think he's got a beat on what they're doing in coverage, because you can tell the last few plays have been wide open. They're using either motion or just those backside routes to open up windows, and with their route combinations. Again, that was Livingston's running the corner, Andrews coming on that post, stuff's just coming wide open.
Yeah.
28 points in 5 minutes or under 5 minutes is the number, and that's explosive is what Texas is right now.
That's unbelievable.
Man, that short touchdown to Livingston, Arch put that in a tighter window than I thought.
Yeah, he was on that wheel route, and so the receiver had to kind of throttle it down so he could hit him in the hole. And then so it was a nice tight shot, and then Parker showed up some speed.
You know, Coach, growing up, I used to watch, Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin work that Bang 8 and North Turner system. I just thought they all looked like that. That all, oh yeah, he fits into that tight window all the time. Like, no, that's actually there's an art form. That's an art form. There's some skill that goes into that.
All right, Longhorns rolling this second quarter. Our friend Jeremy over at Driven Automotive has to be happy because his quarter is a blowout for the Longhorns. 28-0. Ally Medical Emergency as well, bringing you this whole game. And now we'll see what Coach Ken, I call him, his team can come up with here. It's been really, really ugly for them. Plenty of time on first down and a catch and run.
Sorry.
All right, first down.
One comment not related to the game. I know A&M Commerce changed their name in that A&M system to East Texas A&M. That still just looks really weird to see on a score. They're playing Florida State.
Agreed. By the way, SMU added a touchdown at 17-7 Ponies over Baylor right now. If you're looking for that game, by the way, I had to find it's on the CW. You're looking for Baylor SMU. It's on the CW today. Iowa State leads Iowa in a field goal fest, which surprises nobody. It's 6-3.
What was that last call? Was that a holding call?
Yeah, they're going to be 1st and 20 now. They completed a pass for a first down, but it got brought back. There have been a couple of holding calls earlier that weren't called by this crew. Now they're starting to see them, I guess.
See, this is a nightmare situation for any opponent San Jose State's in right now. Texas has been
run.
They've been rotating. Texas has been rotating guys on defense. Now you're down 28-0. You've got to throw the football, and Texas has a fresh Colin Simmons on the field. So it's a nightmare scenario.
It is. Looks like Justice Terry into this game, Jeff.
Oh yeah, there's a big fella right there. Get him lined up right. There you go.
That's another advantage of this explosive 5 minutes for Texas. Now they have an opportunity. The whole second half could be reserve players. The quarterbacks could get some time, as this game is in no peril at this point. So we'll see what they do. But yeah, a lot of guys are going to play in this game, no question.
Not a fan of receivers celebrating a first down when you're down 4 touchdowns.
Yes, small victories.
Small victories. Cool. I don't know.
Colin Simmons again jumping off sides. Free play. It's going to be a first down.
Well, for better or worse, Walker Eaget does not want to throw the ball away. Now, sometimes you get away with it like that and you get a completion down the field. Other times you're running the risk of throwing a pick.
That wasn't even close by Colin Simmons. I mean, he's going to have to
tamp it down. Yep.
He is going to have to just watch the hands. You can't listen to those guys up there talking or what the quarterback's saying.
That's a heck of a job by the receiver right there, too. Working back to your quarterback in a scramble drill. I like that. I can appreciate that.
All right. Well, I mean, San Jose State has a drive going. Texas penalties, they overcame that 1st and 20. So Texas has to bow up here. Good for San Jose State, showing some fight here, coming on back, trying to get something going. They've had 3 successive turnovers that led to quick score touchdowns by the Longhorns in a 0-0 games, now 28-0. Another good throw into the zone that time. Kobe Black in coverage along with Anthony Hill. Got some time again there and stepped into the throw. This is their best drive, without a doubt. .44, Jeff, that's Lance Jackson. Who's 44?
Travis Shaw.
Travis Shaw.
Real nice job on the bull rush right there.
Well, he looked like a bull coming off the field.
Good play by Ethan Burke that time. Shed his block and met the ball carrier coming out of the backfield. Still dragged him for 3 yards, but a good play.
Coach, I don't know what they list Shaw at, but I think once you get to Once you're over 340, I think you just put 340 plus, and at that point, it doesn't
Yeah,
really matter
yeah,
what it got away.
yeah. There's no sense in trying to make the guy feel bad.
Yeah, that was like Big Tavondre back in the day. We didn't really need to know what his actual weight was.
Yeah.
Sadir Mitchell is that way too. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Another good piece of penetration, but the Longhorns, nice throw that time he got with found his favorite receiver, Michael Taff, on the tackle, and they're 1st and goal on the other end. Good pressure, but a good throw. Now see if the Longhorns can get a little goal line defense of their own here.
One problem with this type of offense, you don't have near as much field to play with.
Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time getting physical with Texas here, so they're gonna try to spread it out, see if they can find a crease. And they did. Touchdown. All right. Well, there we go. Nice response by you. Kind of figure Coach Ken's team, guys, Naval Academy for so long, so many hard-nosed, tough teams. He's not going to take his finger off this group. They try to play to a standard themselves. They had a bad 5 minutes of football, but responded right there for a touchdown. Longhorns get the ball back, but nice drive by them. Good throws. Texas was getting some pressure, but now they go right up the gut. Got to the second level with their linemen, and somebody got LaFau. By the way, it's a shootout in North Dallas. SMU Baylor now 17-14. Baylor just responded with a long touchdown of their own. What could you see there, Jeff, and Coach from the defense? I felt like good throws, good execution from San Jose State, but found the creases and found the holes.
Yeah, they did. It was really an impressive drive, and the quarterback was putting the ball right on the money. Some of those throws, including that one to set up the touchdown, was good coverage. Michael Taff had great coverage. He just put the ball in the perfect place. And a lot of times you just have to count on that quarterback not throwing the ball in the perfect place, because you can't have everybody covered 100% of the time, as you know. So, it was an impressive drive. We're going to have to get up on that chalkboard a little bit and figure out something on defense.
Yeah, much like you said, Jeff, that Sark figured out what Texas was doing, or San Jose State was doing on defense. San Jose State's done the same and starting to find those holes in the zone. And go back to that play that started the drive after they were 1st and 14, 1st and 20, Jeff. That receiver, after Colin Simmons jumped off sides, working his way back, just making a play for his quarterback. Those are winning plays that can start a drive like that.
Yeah, again, just self-inflicted wounds for Texas. And this is a problem, I think, for any defense. Anytime you face a team that's air raid based, run and shoot based, when they start those windows over the middle of the field on those crossers, kind of that, let's call it 8 to 15 yards ish. Those windows aren't going to be open very long, but they'll be open. It's just that's why that offense it's all about timing and rhythm. And if guys are able to get clean releases and get to those windows, the quarterback can get it there. It's a very, very small opportunity to get it there, but you can fit in that intermediate stuff. That's pretty much what San Jose State did, Coach. They were taking just those 10 to 15 yard crossers and just moving it down the field in chunks.
Yeah. Well, I think Arch is going to settle in, but I would like to see us establish the running game, and I know I'm sure Sark wants to do the same thing.
He does. And obviously, if you're just tuning in with us here on the On Texas Football Watch Along, halfway through the second quarter, Texas up 28-7. No Trey Wisner today. Trey Wisner was held out because of a minor injury, precautionary. Also, no Alex January today. Same cause and same reason. Nothing to be too concerned about. But a lot of C.J. Baxter so far, 6 carries, 29 yards, had his touchdown taken off the board. His first of the year was wiped out by a chop block penalty. Arch Manning, though, 8 of 11, 153 yards and 4 touchdowns. 2 of them to Parker Livingstone, 2 to Jack Endries, his new tight end. And the Longhorns are up, but now they have to respond to a San Jose State drive. But want to get this running game going, guys. I mean, that's really what you'd like to see here. Arch has gotten it going with the passing game and the explosive plays, but want to chew up some clock and work on some things in your run game.
I just like, you've taken advantage of short fields, which is great because you didn't do that last week. So I love that. Now you'll get a little more of a conventional drive here. So what is Sark calling to start these drives? Can you stay out of really? I mean, Coach, I think for Sark, his best third down offense is just don't worry about getting in the third down. See if you can get that first down on first or second down. Just avoid third down altogether.
Yeah, that's right. Although that I think the long touchdown pass was on 3rd and 1, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Yep.
All right, now upfield, up back, got the kickoff, and the Longhorns have great field position here. That's Jordan Washington on the squib kick. By the way, guys, I'm watching these games. SMU just hit an 80-yard bomb. This thing is going like a track meet up in Dallas. SMU 24-14 now. No defense right now between those two.
Yeah,
okay, Coach, you're right. That was a 3rd and 3. That 83-yard touchdown to Livingston was on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here you go. Kevin Jennings, the quarterback of SMU, 10 for 10, 236 yards and 2 touchdowns right now in that game. Crazy. All right, Arch Manning back with the ball. Longhorns out of the shotgun here to start this second quarter drive. Nice flip out to DeAndre Moore. That's a good drive starter, Jeff. You talked about that off the top of the broadcast.
Yeah, easy throw. Get your guy in space. Nice block by Livingston. It's good 6-7 yard gain. Those Jennings numbers, that sounds like, man, that's
Video.
like almost like some David Klingler, Andre Ware stuff, man.
It's crazy. I'm watching it on the CW, and it's got on my phone here. It is like those games, and it's like a video game. Arch on play action. Nice throw, nice catch. DeAndre Moore, back-to-back catches here. Love the footwork there, Coach, with when you see it with Arch getting his feet under him and making another strong throw.
Yeah, me too. I noticed the same thing. He looks to really be kind of in his element now. He's got his poise back. He's got his confidence back.
Nice, easy throw and catch that time. First down for Texas, and now a little spin move in the backfield. Penetration quick off the handoff. Christian Clark had nowhere to go. Now we're past halfway point of our second quarter. It's brought to you by Driven Auto Sales, drivenautosales.net. Get over there with Jeremy Jones and get yourself a new vehicle. It's a used vehicle, but a new one. They find the best deals. All right, Longhorns now 2nd and 12 after a negative. Arch Manning, 8 for his last 8. There's going to be a completion to Parker Livingstone down to the 1 yard line, but looks like there will be a holding call here.
I think they're getting DJ Campbell for a hold big time.
Yeah, that was a great throw and catch, though. Arch to Parker Livingstone just threw it up high to his big target, and the good pressure. But, that's going to be 2nd and 22 now, I think. Love the throw, though, and the ad-lib nature of that. But he probably doesn't get time to do that without the hold.
They could have called defensive holding there, too. Back
100%, Coach. Yeah.
When Parker turned to go upfield. That wasn't a stop and go. That was just a scramble route.
There's more of that chemistry with Parker and Arch. Sensed it and, almost made a play, but the penalty on DJ Campbell pulls it back. Another quick throw out to Dalen McCutcheon this time.
55 penalty yards and a half is just too dang much. I don't care who you're playing against. That's got to get fixed.
Agreement. Quick update. Iowa State's up 10 points on Iowa now, guys. There was a big interception that led to a short field touchdown for the Cyclones. They're up 10. All right, 3rd and 19 now. See what Texas does here. Do they try to push something down the field or play it safe and punt with Jay Bomeister? Nope, they're going for a deep one, and it's going to be there. It's overshot, but Longhorns left to punt.
Not a single run on that series.
One, and we got stopped for a 2-yard loss, Coach.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But, it was not a good running series, no question. But that one just overthrown. Arch Manning did step up in the pocket nice and delivered. It looked like a nice throw, but just sailed on him a little bit. Longhorns, that is interesting, guys. The chemistry with he and Parker Livingstone, he and Jack Endry's there. So far, the Ryan Wingo chemistry. We haven't seen that evolve just yet.
Yeah, but the penalties are becoming a very obvious problem for this football team.
I agree, Coach. I mean, look, I don't care how good an offensive coordinator you are. There's not a lot of stuff in the playbook to overcome 2nd and 22.
Yep, correct. Yep, and that was a negative run play and then a hold on DJ Campbell, which negated a big play down the field to Parker Livingstone. Arch Manning, though, really looking sharp at this point. That incompletion to Ryan Wingo was his first incomplete pass in about the last 10 throws he's made. He started 2 for 5. He's now 11 for 15, 180 yards and 4 touchdowns. Longhorns like to get another score on the board and maybe not have to play Arch Manning in the second half would be my guess, but we'll see.
I'm still perplexed at why we didn't just try to start controlling the game in that drive, and maybe he doesn't want to run Baxter a lot, since we don't have Weisner. But sure, we'll see a lot of new faces in the backfield in the second half.
All right, so the San Jose State Spartans will have the ball at the 20-yard line. Let me tell you one more time here in the second quarter by Driven Automotive. And just remind you, drivenoutosales.net is just a click away. And, I know a lot of used car dealers would tell you they're more than fair, but I promise you for 7-8 years now, Jeremy and the team at Driven Auto Sales, they live that every day. More than fair, more than friendly. They're not trying to, sell you a lemon. They want to get you a great car, even your dream car potentially. If you've always wanted to have one of those fun cars, one of those fun trucks, they've got them. They got just a need car, got to have it. Your kids or you need a vehicle, car, or truck. They've got everything from fuel-efficient compact cars, full-size options for you and your family, or one of those dream cars just for you. Each one meticulously inspected for quality and performance, and then they get a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty on every single one. It's just a click away. More than fair, more than friendly at drivenoutosales.net. And if they're based in Buda, Texas, Central Texas is their hub, but man, they send and deliver cars complimentary all over Texas, all over the country. If you find a car there, they'll get it to you. I promise you. Just a click away. DrivenAutoSales.net. That's DrivenAutoSales.net. Jeremy and his team love to hear from you here into the month of September. Great folks right there, bringing you the second quarter. And it's been a good second quarter for Texas. 14 points in the first quarter, but they came in the last 4 minutes of that first quarter, and then 14 more. Turnovers turning into points for the Longhorns. But guys, you guys just said it. The glaring number, 5 penalties for 55 yards. Now that's you're on pace for obviously double-digit penalties and over 100 yards in penalty yardage. Those are just sloppy mistakes, Coach.
Yeah, they are, and that cost us last week, and it's not going to cost us today, but it's going to cost you, And there's not a penalty that won't go unpunished, I'm sure, because it's just a lack of discipline, unless. I thought the chop block on the goal line was a questionable call. I don't know that could be avoided. But the other ones and the holding call, I didn't really get to take a look at that. But just the unforced penalties are the ones that are very frustrating.
Yeah, Colin Simmons jumping off sides. There's a drop pass in there too, which isn't a penalty, but. So here we go. Let's see if the Longhorns can bow up now. Been a nice run by the running back. Ran through a good what looked like a good tackle. And here comes San Jose State, guys. They got a touchdown, went 75 yards last time, overcame a 1st and 20. And then they got a stop of Texas, forced a penalty and an incompletion of Arch. And now here they go. And they're coming with some energy. Jabari Bates, man, that guy ran through some arm tackles and picked up 12 yards on that drive, on that run. Good pressure here. There comes Zena. Umeozolo off the edge. Over pursued just a little bit, but the immediate pressure is happening here. But no matter who is in, but the quarterback's starting to make some plays.
That was a Brad Spence on that pressure right there.
Oh, yeah, 14. Sorry. I'm still learning the roster numbers here of this team.
Oh, you're good, E. You're good.
I'm way behind you guys.
I had that going last week, Coach, and that's why I'm in the the radio studio today. I was behind last week and it was frustrating. So we'll try to let you. We'll fill you in. Then get your commentary. Here we go. Big play, chunk play attempt, incomplete. Grayson Littleton, the freshman, getting a lot of run, and he was out there in coverage and throw that just sailed out of bounds on Eget. Not going to surprise you, but Baylor just scored again. They're going back and forth like a tennis match up there in Dallas. 24-14, 24-21 will be the score now. Longhorns trying to get off the field here. 3rd and 7. Pressure's been good for the Longhorns. No penalties is what you're looking for. Ethan Burke getting good pressure. Colin Simmons. And good coverage. Is that going to be caught? If it is, that is an incredible catch. Wow, what a catch.
I mean, you can't play it better than Kobe Black just did.
Wow.
Stuck to his helmet. Oh, my gosh. Ball never hit the ground. Was he out of bounds, though, before he got control of it is going to be the question, guys.
I mean,
That's a good point. I don't know having it trapped up against the helmet is having control of the football.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't know, Coach.
And it never hit the ground, but he's out of bounds clearly at some point while that ball is still sticking to the head, the helmet gear of Kobe Black. I don't know. That doesn't feel like a catch to me. You know, the David Tyree in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, that I don't think that'll stand.
Let's see where he goes out of bounds, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you can pin it.
Yeah, he's out of bounds when he does corral the ball. I give the official credit for giving him credit for the catch and let's go look at it.
Yeah, that is a heck of an effort for sure.
Unbelievable catch.
And a good job by Kobe Black of just finishing the play and riding him out of bounds. We'll see. I think we're all in agreement on that. We'll let the chat weigh in too. I feel like that's never control of that ball until it was a dead play. And that's a big call here because if it's incomplete, which we think it's going to be, it'll be a punt situation for San Jose State. And if not, they're first 10 down into Texas territory now.
Well, if Des Bryant didn't catch it, then this shouldn't be a catch either.
Yes.
Not that I'm still bitter by that or anything. Yeah, I don't think he's got control of it, Coach.
I don't either.
I don't know how you could rule that control of a football. It's stuck to the guy's ear hole.
Still, that's an A for effort.
Oh, 100%.
It ought to be on the Sports Center anyway.
I thought for both guys.
Yeah, it's textbook by both of them.
All right. Ruling is coming. I don't want to spoil it, though.
4th down. Okay, good job, Jeff. It is going to be incomplete for the reasons we went through. He was out of bounds by the time the ball was corralled. So good call, I thought, by the officials to go look at it. It was too tough to tell in the high speed, but pretty clear in slow-mo, and now the Longhorns are going to force a punt. By the way, we haven't talked about that with you, Coach, the roughing the punter, which Michael Taff almost blocked it, but Manny Muhammad did rough. That was another miscue by the Longhorns early that self-inflicted that hurt the team at the beginning of the ball game. We'll see what they do here. Looks like they're coming punt safe.
We had a short punt as well.
Yep.
Went out of bounds that didn't get
Jay Bomeister with his first subpar punt of the year came out early in that first quarter. Everything was kind of wonky for the Longhorns in that first quarter. We'll see. It looks like they're going to set up return here from the 35-yard line. Got Ryan Niblick going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a San Jose State bounce inside the 10-yard line. All right, so they flipped the field, and now the Longhorns have 4 minutes. This is kind of a good learning opportunity, Coach. 4-minute offense ahead of a half, and see, you can run it, you can throw it, you got timeout. So I'd like to see the Longhorns, ideally move this ball and, score or kick a field goal as you go to halftime.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but back to that punt, I have a hard time believing that that's the best all-around punt returner that we have on the team. You know,
I agree with you.
we're a little bit spoiled because we've had some cats back there that can fly, you know, and stop on a dime, and we're fairly sure-handed. But anyway, yes, this is a huge drive, a great opportunity for Texas just to throw a good drive together. You certainly don't want to give them any more time the way they're moving the ball.
I'm not a fan of a half where you've got more penalty yards than rushing yards.
Well, great point, Jeff. And there's a throw that Arch wants back. That's one of the first in a while. He, threw that one in the dirt a little bit on a crossing route to Wingo. And again, it's to Wingo. Whether it's just not working right now, everything to Parker and everything to Endries has been good. There's another one, and Wingo was wide open. So it's 2nd and 10 off play action. We'll see. I'm with you, Jeff. Texas needs to get a push going here, because you certainly don't want to go 3 and out after punt back to this group on a short field. All right, timeout called. All right, if you guys are seeing this slow motion, the gifts are already being made that something's wrong with Arch's arm, because that was not a good throw, and the injury questions have been asked this week, and that's going to be some fuel to that. The other throws he's made in this game would indicate he's fine, but I'm assuming I'm going to see that one a few times.
Well, the grimace on his face, I don't know if it's because he knew he released it bad or he's got shoulder, but there was definitely a grimace on his face.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That was noticeable. That was noticeable, no question. But yeah, I'm with you. Did he realize, wait a second, he's letting this one go, and it's not where it needs to be? But yeah, that's I'm assuming we'll see that quite a bit. All right, so 2nd and 10 after a little stoppage of play. Longhorns. No, actually, our Longhorns are 2. Yeah, 2nd and 10. And here comes a little counter run that's going to go nowhere. Good pressure again. Texas got pushed back that time.
Yeah, that's not well. It's zone blocking. The one thing that will kill a zone run game is penetration. That will kill a zone run game. So,
all right, Coach Ken and company feeling themselves here a little bit. They got a 3rd and long, and they can probably dial something up. See if they can. You had a missed throw by Arch on a nice play call to start the drive that just fell incomplete. Then a 2nd down that. And this they're pointing it out on ABC. This is, if they can get the ball back, score, they get the ball coming out of half, and all of a sudden, 28-0, and you're, get yourself into a dogfight in the 3rd quarter. This becomes a critical 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm still flabbergasted, I guess, that, we're still, trying to throw the ball down the field when it's a great opportunity to try to get your running game going somehow, I don't know. I don't know that our offensive line was unprepared emotionally or strategically. I don't know, but they certainly haven't showed me too much, especially in the running game this game.
Yeah, they brought some pressure this time. Pressure and Arch with a pretty good throw, but incomplete. Longhorns are going to punt. Is there a flag down? Did I see a flag come in? No, that's marking the ball. All right, Aaron Butler was the intended target, and just a little bit high and outside for him. And Longhorns will punt. The negative play on the run play and the incompletion by Arch on 1st down really stalled that drive's opportunity. And now the Longhorns are hoping for a really good punt from Jay Bomeister to flip the field back.
Yeah, I just saw Sark talking to Manning, and he said too flat. And I don't know if he meant that the receiver ran his route too flat, or that Arch probably threw the ball too flat, didn't put enough air under it.
Well, that was not a great punt by Bomeister, and that's, San Jose State starting to get a little spunky here. They've got they're down 21, but they have the ball, knowing they're getting the ball coming out of halftime. And to your point a minute ago, Jeff, they've outrushed Texas so far. They have 52 rushing yards to 42. They've only got the couple of penalties. And this says, is that legal to catch a punt? It is legal. Yes. The Longhorns haven't figured that out yet with Ryan Niblett, but that was smart of him to come up and get that. And they advanced it down to the 41-yard line. So San Jose State playing with some energy here, despite falling down 4 touchdowns.
This is what I've been talking about all week when I said, hey, the numbers don't matter. It's how you do. It's not what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. And I'm just not. Coach, I'm with you. I don't have a lot of words to describe the run game or the, I guess, focus on the run game or lack thereof right now.
Surely we're not saying we can't run the ball against San Jose State, because if that's what we're saying, either San Jose State's a whole lot better on the offensive line than I thought, or we're not what we thought.
Yeah, this has not been the explosive plays and turnovers. Obviously, got the game out of whack score wise, but ball down again, and play has not been blown dead. So it looks like Jelani McDonald's going to have a fumble recovery. That was going to be the question: is did he catch it, control it, and then fumble?
I believe he did,
and it might be Anthony Hill that caused it, and there might be an injury to the receiver. That's Anthony Hill with the play. Yeah, that appears to be a catch, and that appears to be a fumble, and it was a club across the head as the receiver went low. Well, no, right around his shoulder pad. No, that's Anthony Hill getting his hand in there and clearing that out of there. That's a great play. Yeah, punched it. Violent tackle and turnover forced, recovered by Jelani McDonald. That'll be the Longhorn ball. That's a big defensive play right there.
You can tell they worked on that in practice this week.
Yeah, 4 turnovers forced to Ty Anthony Smith, 2 of them. That one also, Jelani McDonald popped the ball up in the air that Jalen Gilbo intercepted in the first quarter. So Longhorns opportunistic here, helping their struggling offense. Or struggling with the run game.
Is under review. Is that the 4th turnover?
Yeah, 4. 3 fumbles, coach, and an interception.
Wow. That'll make up for last week, stat-wise.
Yeah, I see a catch. I see a football move, and then ball gets punched out. I don't think you can overrule that in my mind. But it's our 3rd review of the first half.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow first half.
Yeah. Second quarter brought to you by Driven Auto Sales, drivenautosales.net. Also want to tell you about our great team at Ally Emergency. I always say this about Ally. If you have a medical emergency, something urgent, you want to go to Ally, but also you have an ally for anything. If you're just not feeling well, you got a sick child or something, or you're just not sure, maybe I should go get myself checked out. Ally wants to see you. One of their 7 concierge-style locations. That's what it's about. Quick visits in and out. Done with a smile. Little to no wait time every time. Unlike hospital-based ERs, they've got you covered. And Lewis location is in San Marcos. And you got to check them out there as well. Got one right down next to UT campus. So for the students out there, it's Ally Medical. They are the difference. They are tremendous. Check them out. So now the Longhorns with the ball. Ryan Wingo breaking off a run here. So Longhorns, now they will get back to that 4-minute offense and see if they can control this ball to the half. But as you guys have said, I'm with you to try to get this run game established. Defense doing its part.
The bigger thing for there on that first down play, if I'm Sark, I got to get Wingo some confidence.
Yes.
Just let him know that he's still your guy. You still believe in him. Get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they did that a little bit last couple drives ago with DeAndre Moore. Now they got to do it with the Wingo. There's a run play for C.J. Baxter, who's back in this game and getting it across the first down marker. This may take us to our 2-minute warning. Yep, that will be another play stoppage here in this long, obviously 35 points scored in this half, and most of them in this quarter or late in the first quarter, and a lot of stoppages, but also a couple of reviews, and now the 2-minute warning. And that will mean the clock will now stop on every first down until halftime. But it's a first half that Longhorns can take a lot from, guys. And I know we'll talk about it more in our halftime, but lot to like with the defense, forcing 4 turnovers and being opportunistic. Clearly a point of emphasis this week. But the penalties and then the minor, the big mistakes that some will say are minor, but they're pretty glaring at this point. Those have to be cleaned up and get this running game going, guys. I mean, that's really got to be the goal into the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be essential, as well as figure out what in the world's going on with our punting game. I hope we don't have to punt many more times. But right now, I got to give our punting game a D.
Yeah, punting and returning.
Maybe even a D minus. It's just, I mean, against a team like this, you shouldn't be shanking punts and, just hitting line drives and not receiving the ball, letting it bounce and go down to, inside the 10-yard line. I mean, there's just a lot of things there that need to be cleaned up.
Yeah. Jeff,
but again, I'd like to see another guy back there.
Yeah, Niblett has been the main guy, and you're right. He lets it drop. Doesn't seem like he sees. He said last week it felt like the high sky, no clouds, and maybe he lost the ball in the sun a couple times. But today it's a cloudy day. He's got to go get that punt. There's also the roughing the kicker that happened on the special team side. Well, one thing we have not seen is Mason Shipley, the new place kicker, have to line up and make a long kick or a big kick. It's been touchdowns, 1 in last week now. 4 more today. You'd like to see some of that too. Not that we want 3 points, not 7, but this is what would be my goal if I'm Sark, is execute a 2-minute offense here, try to kick a field goal before the half, and at that point with a large lead, start thinking about playing a lot of people in the second half. But at the end, clean it up and start pushing San Jose State, Jeff.
A sense of urgency.
Yeah,
I heard that term a long time ago, and I think it was my old high school offensive line coach trying to tell me to get it in gear. But I like that's what I need to see in the run game. I need to see a sense of urgency when you run the football.
I haven't seen our offense go very fast today. Have y'all noticed any NASCAR type offense?
No.
All gas, no brakes.
They try. It seemed like they tried it earlier, Coach. It's just field position and penalties, I don't think
Yeah.
When they haven't had penalties, the field position has been bad.
Well, that's how you wear those guys down.
Penalties.
That's how you wear that defense down, is you run it right at them and you get straight back up and snap it and run it right at them. By the third time, they just want to catch their breath,
Yeah, I don't know what you think, Coach. I may go, I know that the pin pull stuff worked last week really well against Ohio State. I may go less that. I just may forget even zone. I just may try to, get some double teams going. Just try to run the ball just straight up downhill at them.
No doubt. I like it. All the angles you can. We haven't seen ours.
CJ Baxter. There's a good run right there. That's an explosive run for Texas to start the inside the 2-minute off the left side. Trevor Gooseby with a good block that time. Looks like
that was a GT counter. Just a GT counter. Everybody blocks down, backside guard, and pulls and kicks, and backside tackle cleans up.
Another good run off that left side. Same kind of action. The Longhorns now the clock running. Just want to grind this thing into the end zone. 1:30 to go.
This is what I wanted to see the last drive.
Nice cut that time, CJ Baxter. Only a 4-yard run or 3.5, but good cut off the block. Foot in the ground. It's gonna be 3rd and 3 here. This play, the 3rd and 3 or 2.5, will be snapped under 1 minute to go. Obviously, Longhorns with 2 timeouts. So far, Longhorns on 3rd down are 1 for 6. You'd like to see that improve right now.
They're playing that tight front, trying to make it tough on them to run the ball.
Ill-advised. Oh my gosh, Arch Manning. Somebody's got to tackle him. Yeah, that's one Arch Manning is going to want back because that's points off the board. Wow. Really bad decision. Pressure in his face. backed up from it and just threw a punt essentially to a waiting defensive back.
I'll tell you what, something that Jeff, that Rod has been talking about all week is seeing the pony package, with 2 running backs, 1 tight end. And we still haven't seen it yet. Of course, it doesn't help with Wisner being unavailable today.
That's just not a good decision by Arch, period. That's bad.
That's terrible. Well, I mean, that's one of those, we were talking about it with the quarterback for San Jose State. You got to take the sack on that, reserve the right to kick a field goal. You can't throw that ball up like that. Even if his arm wasn't hit, there was into double coverage.
I don't know, just me. It's 3rd and 3 right there. Like if I
run it twice, If I don't get it, then go to halftime.
Then I don't deserve points if I can't get 3 yards in 2 shots. Agreed.
And I give credit to San Jose State. They brought a corner blitz. It surprised Arch, and but Arch has to take that sack right there, eat the ball, concede the play. Now the defense has to keep this. Oh man, that was beneficial. Drop in the hands, but if San Jose State can get points here, they do get the ball coming out of halftime. Roughing the passer. Another one of these penalties. This could be Colin Simmons, guys. A lot of sloppiness. Boy, that 5-minute stretch of explosive touchdowns has been surrounded and bookended by sloppy play and dumb moves like that. Colin Simmons is shoving the quarterback needlessly.
Yeah, that's just it's not focused.
You got 70 yards in penalties in one half of football. Like that's just.
Well, and now they're going to be in field goal range, at least the career long. Now this isn't a good field goal kicker, but that penalty gave him 15 yards. They get a 10-yard completion, and now they'll at least get a kick at it.
I have words, I just can't say them on the broadcast.
Well, I think they're being said on the chat, I'm assuming, and a lot of places right now. Because I love how you said it earlier, Jeff. It's not the score, it's not how it ends up, it's how you get there, and this has not been clean by any stretch. Focus was a great word, Coach, and just mental miscues, bad quarterback decision, roughing the kicker penalty stands out. Colin Simmons with a couple penalties in this half, and yeah, that's a lot to chew on if you're Sark. But you talked about the identity of your team, Jeff, will be formed, and that's what you don't want this identity to be, Coach, is a sloppy football team.
No doubt.
Because that can become your identity, right, if you don't get it cleaned up.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's just 90% of it is just focus, being dialed in and focused on the moment at hand.
All right, they're going to try to get a few more yards for their kicker in the short amount of time, but we'll see if they go for it here. 3 seconds left. Buddy Powell, Big Chief guy. Appreciate that. This won't fly in the SEC. That is no question.
No,
I don't, Coach, I don't care what level football you're playing at. 70 penalty yards in one half, that doesn't fly anywhere. Man, that's egregious.
All right, here comes the kicker. He's 0 for 3 on the year. His misses last week cost him a win, and now he's 0 for 1 today. But from his last kick, this might be his better hash mark. Or he doesn't have a better hash mark.
He looks like a 28-year-old Xerox repairman.
He does not. And he missed it. Wide left again. Mr. Lynch is 0 for 4. And the Longhorns have a lead, but a lot to work on. And we will certainly talk about it coming up in our halftime. But I'll be interested to hear Sark going off the field here if they grab him. I'll see if I can hear what he says. All right, so happy with the turnovers forced to Sark, but did say Arch needs to eat that ball. The protection was not right either, but learning process. Got to eat that sack and not throw that interception. Took points off the board for the Longhorns. Fortunately, did not give points to the opponent, but the Longhorns up 21 points at the half. And Coach, just your overall thoughts. I think you've said most of them, but sloppiness, because it really was a weird half in that way that the first 10 minutes of the game were very sloppy, and then there was 5 minutes of turnovers leading to quick offense and a Parker Livingstone touchdown or two, Jack Andrews, and then back to the sloppiness to wrap up the half. So in a 30-minute half you had 10 good minutes or 10 bad minutes, 10 good minutes, and then 10 sloppy minutes again. So that's what you got to work on.
Yeah, well, I'm just at a loss of words like Jeff. I don't even know what to say. There are certainly some bright things in there. I was hoping Arch would be a little bit further along than he has shown in this first half. And I don't know, maybe we'll see more of him in the second half, especially if San Jose State can score on this opening drive. But that's right. Darren, thanks for the super chat. It's a very undisciplined team right now. At least, you are what you put on the field. And nobody wants to say that. No coach wants to say that. No coach wants to hear it. But so far today, it looks undisciplined. And you have to be the same football team. I don't care who you're playing. You're playing Ohio State. You're playing Florida and Swamp. You're playing San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston. It doesn't matter. You have to be the same team, play the same way with the same professionalism every single game.
Yes. Jeff, thoughts?
We talked in the pregame and all week about playing to the standard. This ain't playing to a championship standard. This is not. It's straight up. I don't really know what else to say. It's I want to see just a different sense of urgency with the run game and just a different attention to detail. Man, I can't stress it enough. Coach, you've coached some great teams. Great teams, championship level teams, are teams that do a great job paying attention to detail. And they're disciplined and they're buttoned up. And right now, through 6 quarters of football, we cannot say that about this Texas team.
That's a great point. The big things don't prove who you are. The little things will define you. As a football team, as a person, just taking care of the little things like that. And, just shoving a quarterback down. That's just undisciplined football. I don't know about roughing the kicker, but I don't even know that it should have been called, but could be a little pressing from our special teams coordinator, trying to get some stats and some things to happen positively for the special teams, but it just keeps mounting, and our punting is horrible today. It has been, I think, except one that could have been caught maybe at the 1 yard line, but it bounced in the end zone. But not too impressed with our special teams, not too impressed with the offensive line, the way they're moving the ball, and not impressed with our receivers dropping balls. And, the one thing that does look good is CJ Baxter.
Yeah. There are positives for sure, but at the same time, what you guys are saying is right. As the message said a minute ago, it's not going to be up to snuff in the SEC. You can't make these mistakes. And you said it, Jeff, it's 6 quarters now. You're talking rightfully, Coach, about the who's going to field the punt. You got to stop letting punts bounce and put your field position at a disadvantage. All those are the little things. But concerning for me, Jeff, is that it's a lot of these things are coming from the guys you're supposed to be your best players, right? Colin Simmons with mental miscues. He's a preseason All-American. Arch Manning, learning the process, but he's got to know in that spot we're in field goal range. I can't put this ball in jeopardy, and he did. And those are mistakes. Manny Muhammad was who roughed the kicker. These are your best players, and so they're going to have to take that upon themselves and be accountable as the leaders of the team. That we're kind of leading the way in this undisciplined style of play we're having right now.
Yeah, Arch needed to hear the old Greg Davis-ism, as I call it, reserve the right to kick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's I mean, because we know. I mean, the idea of rallying him, you bring a surprise blitz that he's not ready for. Young quarterbacks are going to react, but so far through 2 games or a game and a half, he reacts poorly. He kind of panics in the pocket, and that's something that they have to work on. When it was clean and he was comfortable, it was fine. But SEC defenses are going to come after him, and he's got to react better than that, and certainly that he did last week, the whole game against Ohio State. All right, our halftime show, and Rod Babers will join us coming up. Coach Shipley, Jeff Howe, of course, Jerry Hamilton will rejoin us. I want to tell you about Encapsulate, though. Something that I came across. I was actually at SEC Media Days when I met the folks with Encapsulate. They use it's a 6 mushroom blend, and this is not the psychedelic mushrooms, y'all. I promise you, it's for good health and it's for good nutrition. Encapsulate made from 100% of the fruiting body extracts of those 6 mushrooms, dual extracted to ensure the most vital nutrients and benefits are included. I take 2 in the morning on an empty stomach on my way in to do the radio show, and it does wonders, really has, since SEC Media Days, mid-July, reducing inflammation, increases my energy and mental focus, pretty much eliminating my need for the morning coffee cup, and Encapsulate. It's third-party tested, safe to consume daily, available at Amazon and at encapsulate.usa.com. You enter that website and you enter the promo code EHogan. That's me, EHogan. They'll get you 10% off your first order of Encapsulate. They have other products there too, so check them out. Encapsulate.usa.com. That's 6 mushroom blend. I take it every morning, and I've seen good results, really good results in the last 7 weeks or so since I've been taking it. So check it out yourself. Encapsulate.usa.com. All right, Jeff, other messages from the coaches. I mean, I think every position coach is going to get with their unit and can have stuff to work on. The linebackers coach is feeling pretty good about Anthony Hill and Ty Anthony Smith and the fumbles forced and the turnovers created. If not for those, this would be a much more tenuous score at the half. What are your messages from across the board here?
Stop shooting yourself in the foot.
Yes.
I mean, Coach, I don't know if you've ever been that blunt with a team, but man, if you just take care of your business, do your job, you're going to be fine. Man.
Yeah, it's hard to know as a coach. You just got to know the temperament and makeup of your team, but there comes a point in time where you've got to call it what it is, and it is a lack of discipline, and it's a lack of focus, and that could be because they underestimated their opponent. Because San Jose State came to play. And they put together a really good game plan offensively. And I think their defensive run game, the run defense has got a good plan. It's working. They're stuffing us at the line a lot and giving us some looks, and good game plan by them. But what do you expect? Everybody on your team, on your schedule, has you circled. I mean, there's nobody on this schedule that hasn't circled you for when they play you, because you're going to get everybody's best. And so to think we can come in and just jack around for a few weeks before we get ready for Florida is obviously not good for this football team.
Yeah, and I go back to the leaders of the team are the ones that are, playing undisciplined football in a lot of cases, and that's got to get cleaned up. Longhorns, the penalty yards stand out. 1 for 6 on third down as well stands out to me, and that goes back to that Arch Manning interception, guys. I mean, Coach, it happened quick, and then we had to get going. But the play call on 3rd and 3, the clock's running down. You have a chance to maybe kick a field goal before that if you don't even get the 3rd down, but why not plow the ball right there and not go looking for the pass? That's a question too I would ask you about. CJ Baxter's had a great drive. Why throw the ball in that instance where Arch Manning put the ball up in the air and a regrettable throw?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that question, just like I can't answer the question why we never see 2 running backs in the backfield at the same time. I think we'll see it eventually, but it's I'm gonna hand that off to Rod Babers.
Hey,
AB, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up, Coach?
How you doing, Rod?
Appreciate that, Coach. I think mostly now without Trey Wisden, when I heard that news, I knew we weren't going to see it. 21 personnel, a pony package. So I'm not that upset about it because I understand they have a lack of depth right now at running back, but. Overall, about the decision in the red zone, I have no problem with him. Honestly, I have no problem with the play call. My problem is with Arch and his decision under pressure like that to throw it up. I mean, it's, that was him trying to, he was trying to be Superman in that moment and put the cape on, doing way too much. He's got to eat that or he's got to throw that away. That's just that simple in that situation. So that's on Arch. That's been a young player. I mean, he's got to figure that out. You got to eat, and then he won't be doing that in SEC play if you can't do it against San Jose State. So when the guy's in your face, you either, take the sack, throw it away, especially in this situation when you're up, big in this contest, and you outmatch your opponent, and you out talent your opponent. Just live to fight another day. So that's the mistake.
If there's a silver lining there, Rod, I guess I'm glad that's a lesson he's going to learn against San Jose State.
Exactly, and
that doesn't happen in the swamp. I don't know what you think, Rod. Look, to me, I just don't like the fact that this team, they scuffled early, and they get up 28-0, and then the offense goes in the tank, mainly because of penalties and self-inflicted wounds. The defense gives up that long touchdown drive, which we talked about, Rod. When you're facing a run and shoot or an air raid team, they're going to try to exploit you at the second level, those 10 to 15-yard crossers. The windows are there if the quarterback can find them, and they found them. That's going to happen. I don't know, man. Jerry, you talked about playing to the standard earlier today. That's not at all what this is. Yeah. That to me is the frustrating thing. You tie all of it together, that's what it adds up to.
They broke tendency early on, came out and tried to establish a run against Texas, and I'm very surprised that they could establish a run against Texas. But they got some successful gains on the ground, and I think they're targeting certain players in the secondary. Seems to me, I got to go back and check it specifically, but it seems like they're went after Grayson Littleton a little bit, went after Gilbo too. I think they're going after certain players in the secondary, and I think they've done a decent job because their quarterback has missed a couple of throws that could have been big. Could have this game a whole lot more competitive if he had came out and hit some of those throws because the double moves they had on the outside. So I think maybe I'm hoping I just underrated San Jose State. I had a shutout, so I was wrong. So I got the 7 on the board. But I knew early on when they were moving the football, I thought to myself, yeah, this ain't going to be the shutout that I thought it was going to be. So maybe I underestimated San Jose State. I'm hoping that is the case, more so than Texas not necessarily playing to a dominant standard. But they forced a lot of turnovers, got takeaways. I talked about there being a Sark run. I said when Bobby asked me how the game was going to go, I was like, they're not going to score on their first possession because CJ's already told us that with his great research. They ain't going to score on their first possession. That's not in Sark's nature. I don't like it either, but that's what it is. They didn't. And then there's a Sark run. And that's why Sark is always harping on complementary football, because he knows he needs that Sark run. And what caused this Sark run? What they scored? The 3-4 touchdowns in 5 minutes. It was their defense giving them short fields and then them kind of feeding off each other. And obviously special teams doing their part. So that's what I like to see because the Sark run, to me, that's part of this DNA of Sark's teams, that they can like the Golden State Warriors of old, like they can hit a run and just kind of separate really quickly from you in a 5 to 6 minute stretch. I like seeing that. There's some things we can be critical of, but I think the defense has done a good job of taking the football away. And I'm sure that was a point of emphasis, considering what Sark said about their 24-game takeaway streak ending.
Rod, we always talk about offense being vanilla. I think the defense has been pretty vanilla for Texas. I think they could bring a lot of pressures if they really felt like it in this game. But I look, and it doesn't. I'm not excusing play, but I haven't seen a real. We always talk about It's always about how an offense is vanilla. I think Texas has been pretty vanilla so far defensively.
You could be right about that. We know PK is not gonna dial up too many exotic blitzes and looks. That's just not really in his nature. But I've seen a lot of kind of basically 3 high looks from Texas in the defense. Yeah. So I don't know if that's considered exotic, but they kind of run a lot of 3 high structure in this game. Tons of single high deep safeties when it's all said and done, but the 3 safety structure where they back Grayson Littleton up in a deeper role and they want to give the shell look of a 3 safety look and an inverted 3 high look. So it's that's something I think is going to become more and more common with the defense. But for the most part, I agree with you. I don't think they have. I haven't seen any exotic blitzes and stunts, things of that nature.
It's very vanilla.
Yeah, they're not playing a lot of games out there. So you could maybe they're saving it, or maybe PK kind of believes, hey, maybe we can kind of beat teams straight up. Offensively, I've seen Sark break out a little bit more misdirection, and looks like he's some of the staple concepts he's using early on for the guys to be able to execute. The wide delay came back, and we love the wide delay. Where the tight end, waits for a second, then he runs that kind of drag seam where he comes the drag route, then comes back up the seam. We saw that for years with Helm and JT Sanders, brought that back. So I'm glad that some of the staples Sark understands, hey, we got to be able to execute these. So these need to be seen. I don't think we saw the wide delay versus Ohio State. So he's breaking out some of their core concepts. That's good to know they're executing them at a high level.
Yeah.
As you should.
Hey, Rod, we started this. Jeff Howe was talking about defining what your personality is of your football team, what type of team you are. And as we were just talking about with Coach Shipley when you came on, you're going to have a personality. You're going to have what your team identifies as, and that can become a negative too. And right now, undisciplined and sloppiness is a characteristic this program, this group has to eliminate, because it's mistakes too. In addition to the positive plays and the 4 turnovers forced and the explosiveness, over 70 yards in penalties in the first half, 6 of them, critical plays, drop passes, roughing the kickers. I mean, these kind of things, they have to be cleaned up by this locker room and by this coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, you've been your own worst enemy in a lot of, obviously in the Ohio State game, and a lot of times in this game. And these mistakes are coming from some of your leaders and best players, unfortunately, right? Your veterans on the O-line, Colin Simmons and Ryan Wingo with the drop. These are your best players that are, having some of these mental lapses, and you need those guys to lock in, because they are the ones that are able to hold everybody else accountable. They set the standard. So yeah, I agree with you about that. There's no question. And Sark's got to clean that up, and it's got to start at the top with the best players having a crystallized focus, and then be able to hold your teammates accountable. Because right now, this is there's no doubt, they're a sloppy football team. They're good. I mean, they got the talent, but they're a sloppy football team for the most part. And we've seen that on offense and defense. And that's not something that I think we've been able to describe a Sark team as since he's been here, a sloppy football team. They're sloppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your point, Rod, like it's not a talent thing. It's not even like a play calling scheme issue to me at this point. It's you just got to quit shooting yourself in the foot. Like it's that
holding penalty on 28-yard gain, first play of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Which by the way, Jerry, that's the script. You practice that play all week long. You've been practicing that play all week long. And that's coming from right now your number 1 wide receiver. Yeah. That's another question we'll discuss later on the topic. But that's coming from your top receiver. He's got to, be better in this situation, because he is better.
Then Wingo with the drop on the second.
Oh.
I mean, a 20-plus yard gain if he catches the football. So there's been 2. Rod, I didn't like the punt block call at the time. I actually went off during the telecast because I thought, okay, your offense is just stubbed its toe your first 2 series. You stop them, they're punting it. You're going to have the ball at midfield, and it's a 4th and 10, and you try to block the punt. Like, help your offense out. Your defense did their job. Help the offense out. I'm not a guy that's not aggressive in special teams. I did not like that. I thought that was sloppy as well, because I'm wanting to help my offense out and get the ball at midfield. And so it's just been sloppy. Let's see how this second half goes. They're going to play better. Texas is going to play better, but they have to play a lot better in terms of consistency.
If there's one positive, like a positive, I will say, guys, I think the Parker Livingston hype was real.
Jack injuries. Looks really good.
Jack injuries looks good.
I mean, there were.
Smith is a stud.
Yeah, but there are plenty of positives in all and baked into all the sloppiness and its individual plays. Also, Jerry got to shave because they scored a red zone touchdown.
God, you
Jerry
missed
got
it.
to shave
Yeah, I was
on
worried,
air.
worried for a second. If Texas keeps trying to block punts, ill advised. I'm not going to shave for another week.
Yeah, Jeff's already ordered his Ty Anthony Smith jersey from the co-op, so that's coming.
It's on the way.
Two fumbles forced. Anthony Hill with a fumble forced. Jelani McDonald, knocked the ball up in the air that Gilbo picked. But yes, there's the negatives too. That up 21. But as we said, in a 30-minute half, there were 10 sloppy minutes, then 10 explosive minutes, then 10 sloppy minutes. So we'll see if they can clean that up here in the next 30. And San Jose State will start with the ball, and the defense will take the field. Hey, Rod, what do you make of
Aaron? The reason I want to see Texas bring more pressures in this first half of the third quarter, this guy will throw you the football. He will bring the heat. He will throw you the football.
Hey, Jay, that's why I said I'd like to see, I know they've been running the football a little bit, but I wouldn't mind seeing the NASCAR a little earlier on and a little more often, because at least you can apply the pressure when they want to throw the football. Yeah. And I think now they believe that they've missed some plays in the passing game, throwing the football. So they might try you again, try that double move again. I wouldn't know them. I tried that double move early.
Agreed. All right, so the first play is a pass, and it is a catch. Jalen Gilbo in coverage. It's going to go backwards, though, and they're going to lose a little bit of yards, it looks like there.
Somebody's asking, is Scandero, is he concussed? I don't know, but he very well could be, because he took a really good right hook.
He's on the field for whatever it's worth.
Yeah, he is out there in the slot.
He's a warrior, man.
Good for him. That was an aggressive punch by Anthony Hill across his shoulder pads. All right, 2nd and 8. That play ended up picking up 2, and we'll see what the Longhorns can do here to start this third quarter. Oh, good pressure, and there's going to be that's got to be grounding, right?
Was that Murad Watson, guys?
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Man, he's been doing it today.
He's in the backfield a lot. He should play running back. He should play running back. He's in the backfield.
Yeah, grounding it is. There's no receiver there, and so Longhorns will get that to 3rd down. It'll be sack yardage essentially.
It's double team. That is top notch.
Man.
Yeah, right through him.
He's been whipping that dude all day.
Look, if you just keep getting pressure on Egan, the ball's there'll be a pick six. It's very close. It's always close with him.
Oof.
Yeah, and they're playing super high shell coverage here on a 3rd and 18. Is this the NASCAR? Do we see?
They got it out.
They brought extra people.
Oh, he's going for it. Pick.
There it is. Oh, he dropped it.
Come on, Gilbo. What you doing? Dropping money out there. Just dropping.
Was that Murad Watson again on the pressure? Or was that
Hero?
That was Hero on the pressure.
Yeah, they like Hero as the D tackle on the NASCAR packages.
On the NASCAR.
Oh,
you just called it, Jerry. He threw that up like a punt, and he had it and then dropped it. A little swipe from the running back the receiver didn't help, but still, Gilbo's got to bring that in. He'd have his 2nd of the day, and the 5th Longhorn turnover.
Bean with the super chat. I do agree that they may have the worst kicker I've seen, but a little concerned. A team with a kicker, there'd be 13 points right now. I think that's a solid post.
I also would like to see Ryan Niblett start fielding these punts.
Yeah, I mean, you can't give up 20.
Catching them now, at least he's trying to catch them. But,
he dropped one earlier that ended up way back at the 9-yard line. But and here comes a Texas holding penalty.
Oh,
it's going to be on the return, so that'll be instead of the ball at the 50, it'll be at about the 45 or the 38-yard line, I think.
More sloppy play though.
Dude,
that's 7th penalty. Another 10 yards to get field position given up. But I was happy to see Niblett, and Coach asked that, and you guys for the whole panel here. I mean, is Ryan Niblett the best person to return punts? I mean, right now he's the guy, but feels like and he also mentioned being spoiled by the previous punt returners. But they're going to have to find somebody. If it's not Niblett, if he doesn't come along, you want someone who can return some punts and create that. But we'll see. Here comes Arch Manning. His last throw was one he'd like to have back.
by the way, Christian Clark out at running back, Nick Townsend at tight end here on the first series. Townsend in motion here. He's gonna hit somebody hard.
For what it's worth, you're back to the point where you've got more penalty yards than rushing yards now. 80 penalty yards, 70 rushing yards.
Yeah, the rushing.
79 rushing yards, my bad.
Yeah, the rushing game is struggling.
Yeah,
In
it's
my
just
opinion,
mushy.
considering how bad I thought San Jose State's rush defense was.
Yeah.
The Russian offense is struggling without Trey Wiseman a little bit.
Buddy, that's the first time I've seen Nick Townsend unsure on a play. By the way, I like he actually missed his assignment on that. That's the first time I've seen him do that. I like Nick Townsend as a fullback in the red zone, Rod.
Oh, that 14 personnel? Woo!
The fullback. Because you can also hand it to him and throw it to him out of that.
Yeah. That was nice.
Here comes a big play. Here comes Christian Clark. Got a good block. Like Brandon Baker coming in there and getting a block on the pool.
That was nice.
Patient with the run and big hole created on the left side. Here comes Brandon Baker again.
I like how Clark hit that. You run that pinball stuff, like you got to hit it hard, man. You can't be tippy-toeing.
Mm.
Yeah, you'd like to just see this thing line up and go.
Man, other than Nick Townsend looking lost, which we haven't seen that from him, dude. Man, these tight ends, they block their tails off, man. This is a good group of blocking tight ends.
Ooh, that was pretty. That's pretty. That was nice. That was scramble drill. That was nice. I mean,
yeah, they took away. They tried to run that same wheel route play, and nice defense by San Jose. But we're starting to wonder if Arch is going to, when he panics, does he make the right decision? This time he did. Patient with it. Good protection, by the way.
Looking for good flip, but he came away from good. That was a good decision and good instincts too. I like that.
So they tag it with the bubble screen. That's a good job by Wingo, man. Go make a play for a quarterback scramble drill, Rod.
Yeah, exactly. They Livingstone had a good one earlier, but it was a penalty on him. Remember in the first half? That's
on the DJ Campbell hold, yeah.
Oh man, that was nice. It's gonna be a weapon as soon as they got to work on it. They need more reps at it.
See, oh man, that play was there. The tight ends block with great effort, and they're good when they get on their guy. I just think they'll look back at the tape. Jordan Washington will probably realize he missed one right there. If he kicks that guy out, they probably got something right there.
Yeah.
Another one of those corner blitzes. Better job by Arch this time. Just run.
There you go. And scramble drill. Oh, no. Come on, man. You got to make that play.
Yeah, Jordan Washington trying to keep his feet in bounds while catching the ball and didn't secure it. Good play by Arch, though. That very similar play to he threw the interception. This time he juked him and got upfield, made a throw.
Did everything right. Scramble drill. I'm telling you, scramble drill is going to be a weapon if they can figure it out. They got 2 plays in one. They can figure it out.
That was a good throw from Arch that time too. A little flick with some juice on it. All right, big 3rd and 9 here. Longhorns have not been good on third down.
I may try to run the ball twice. Just try to get 9 yards and 2 shots.
Basically a run play. I mean,
we're going to say Mason Shipley's first kick, right hash, baby. It had to be right hash, people. The right hash. Mason Shipley's first field goal has to be right hash.
You wouldn't want it any other way, though, Jerry.
And if he misses it, I'm just going to pour this bottle of water on my head live. So,
that's not good.
Moore.
Somebody hurt?
DeAndre Moore.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not a good look.
Yeah, what is that? Is he limping at all? They were trying to help. There was CJ Baxter helping him off.
Hold on. Here's the bottle of water. Is it going in?
Yeah, this is a good deep kick, too.
Bullshit.
Oh, yes. Thank goodness.
Ooh, that was under duress, too, because that corner got a good jump.
Yeah, nice kick. All right, so the Longhorns 31-7. But, guys, another drive stalls with drop pass, essentially. I mean, that's a first down and moving upfield if you catch the ball.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I did that DeAndre Moore thing is what I'm more worried about right now, honestly.
Yeah, they're thin.
The wide receivers, can we all admit, like, that's a room where you cannot afford to lose playmakers right now because it's a room right now that
Emmett Mosley's watching another game from the sidelines today.
Yeah, you're
very
young. You're very young behind those top 2 or 3.
Daily McCutcheon is basically your 4th, right?
Yeah. People at the game say he looks like he got knocked silly. He's in the tent, so we'll see on that. He must have caught a shot, hit the side of the head.
Yeah, he looked woozy.
He did look goofy.
CJ Baxter helping him to the sidelines. 47-yard field goal caps a 7-play, 32-yard driven auto sales drive to start the third quarter. DrivenAutoSales.net is where you're going to find them. Jeremy Jones and his team. Got a text from Jeremy Rod. He said, love Rod's energy. Love Rod's energy. Bringing it.
Hey, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. As long as we're winning, I got good energy.
Yeah, you got to. All right, defense gets off the field. Offense gets a field goal. Good way to start the half. But another drop pass slowed it down. Thought Arch, guys, in that drive. And by the way, another standout stat for me is 1 for 7 on third down for Texas. That should not be the case in my mind against San Jose State. But I did like Arch under duress better, right? That's been a problem so far. What does he do when things break down? A couple of times, buying time, stepping up in the pocket, the throw to Wingo, that throw that should have been caught. That's improvement right there.
Yeah, he's always great. I thought is one of his strengths actually is him being off schedule throws, improvisation. Sark talked about he's got great instincts, and Sark said he didn't want to dull those instincts. I still remember that. I think one like his first touchdowns last year. Remember that Silas Bolden off scramble, red zone kind of pitch when he was scrambling there. So I think the scramble drill, Texas needs to work on it more because it is going to be a strength for him. He can keep plays alive. And then on top of, obviously the first play, if it obviously is defended well, you got the scramble drill, but then you still got the scramble element. And that guy can scramble against Ohio State. He can scramble against damn near anybody. So you can weaponize him in that way if you practice the scramble drill a lot. And I don't know how much they're practicing it, but they need to practice it more. I'm not saying they don't. They need to practice it more because he's really good. He's had how many opportunities already this game? 3 or 4? Yeah. Already 3 or 4 in this game where, could have caught a guy here. We had a penalty on one. Ryan Wingo caught one, just dropped one. I mean, that's 3 I can think of. I'm sure there are more. He's going to have 4 or 5 of these a game, guys, and they can be big. They can end up being huge plays because they're off schedule and defenses can't. They actually literally cannot actually prepare for them because you don't know what the hell they're going to be from play to play. And you don't know where your DB is going to be and where their eyes are going to be from play to play. So I would, man, if I'm sorry, I work on that in these 3 games. You scrambled, you need to work on it a ton.
I'm watching Kevin Jennings do just that to Baylor up there, the SMU quarterback, that second, secondary play that is really unstoppable. But keeping your eyes downfield, Arch was doing that pretty well on that particular drive. And here we go. Longhorns will kick off for the second time in this half to San Jose State as the Longhorns up 31-7. At this point in the third quarter. A good defense to start the half here. This is receiver and running back should have been targeted in portal.
Well, the receiver that was targeted in the portal, a future NFL guy, Emmett Mosley's been hurt. So he was targeted. Receiver was targeted in the portal.
That's true.
And running back, I said this about running back. Everybody's just saying, just go get a running back in the portal. Trey Wise rushed for 1,000 yards last year. CJ Baxter's coming off injury. I mean, guys that jump in the portal, the really good back are going to go somewhere. They're going to be the number 1 or 2 guy. Yeah. That's not guaranteed. So it's not like, we're just go get a running back in the portal. Who are you going to get? You're going to get somebody better than the guys you want if you don't really have the opportunities there for them? Probably not. So that's just something to keep in mind with running back. Just go get a running back in the portal. Yeah, those guys aren't jumping in the portal.
Look out. 13. That was a poor gap, man. That was an easy hole right there. They did nice play call. There goes DeAndre Moore off the field. What is the latest on Emmett Mosley, by the way, as far as health, and is there any way to know, Jerry?
What we hear is we think there's watch the head's just going to bang off the turf here.
Well, he got punched in the side of the head to start with. You see that?
On the start, yeah. I think Emmett Mosley, there's a chance he's back before the Florida game. I think they'd like to get him on the field before the Florida game to get him a little experience with this team.
Punched in the ear hole.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, the defender's trying to punch the ball, I think, but obviously he doesn't have very good direction because that could have been a penalty. All right, good drive starting for San Jose State off the right side of run, and then a pass for 7 yards to the same side of the field, and they've got a second and manageable here approaching midfield.
Yeah, a lot of off coverage, Rod. Texas is not real aggressive in this game.
Off coverage, and not obviously not sitting on routes. They're not reading the 3-step either. They're giving him the quick game, the underneath game, which I understand. I mean, they're just giving it to him.
Yeah.
Figure.
I mean,
That's-
Texas is playing. Not that it matters. You got to execute, but Texas is playing very vanilla defensively in this game.
Yeah.
And it's a 5-man box, 4-man pressures, off coverage.
Pretty conservative.
Very conservative in this
Yeah.
game. Doesn't mean you're going to go beat Florida and Oklahoma, but you're not going to play this way defensively scheme wise.
I wouldn't think so. Like I said, I thought I'd see more of the NASCAR early on early downs. Good play, good tackle. It's a good tackle. Yeah, they're targeting. It seems like they're targeting certain players though too, though.
Yeah.
They're targeting. Like I haven't seen Malik Muhammad get targeted that much. So they're targeting certain guys.
It's a nice tackle by Littleton.
It was really good play.
Remind me, guys, of the roster. Who's 40? 40 coming off. Is that Jackson?
Jackson.
Yeah, he was rushing the passer. I think he's still in there.
I think Colin Vossick's in there now too. If I believe so.
I've seen quite a bit of Colton Vossick today. Zulo's been in there quite a bit too.
Ooh, they went.
There he is. Ooh, Jackson lost his footing a little bit.
Oh, get him.
It's a good job by Anthony Smith to hold up on that.
I'd like to see the replay. Vossick looks like he got held on that play.
Yeah, and Landon Jackson came free and then just slipped. He may have had a chance to sack on that play. Lost his footing after a good pass rush move. Halfway through the third quarter now. Quarter brought to you by Driven Auto Sales, drivenautosales.net.
Please let me see.
Third down here, guys.
Let me see the NASCAR.
NASCAR package, yep.
NASCAR's in there.
Oof. Try a little tunnel screen, no dice.
Michael Taft missiled that one.
It might have been. Did they go NASCAR down there? Let me see. 1, 2.
They will force the punt here, it looks like. So 2 drives, 2 punts for San Jose State here in the second half.
All right. Need a touchdown drive here.
Are they going for this? It looks like they are.
Like they are going for it. Okay. No, they're going. No, they're punting, right?
Yeah, okay, there's the punt. Taft is on punt duty. You're right. See how Niblett handles this one this time. All right, that's what you should do. All right, Longhorns have 91 yards to go here from the inside the 10. Show me some emotion, Shark. Get some Saban in you. Chew some ass. Sure, not all the time.
Yeah, that's not really in Sark's. I can't even think of last time. Sorry, Sark.
Not publicly.
Yeah, you could tell Sark's upset on the sideline, maybe with himself or maybe with players, but I've never seen him actually literally take it out on a specific player or a coach. He went off on that official for the bowl game that time.
Alamo Bowl, yeah.
That's the last time we seen him go off. And like I said, it wasn't directed at his coach or his team. So that ain't really in Sark's nature. I don't really see Sark doing that.
Yeah, you got to be yourself. Saban was Saban, and he even calmed down as the years went on. But how about Coach Ken in the first half? Did you see Coach Ken going after his quarterback?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Some coaches do that. I mean, I've seen Kirby do so. Some coaches, that's how they operate.
I got to tell you, Aaron, he was even nicer than I would have been on that play. And that was bad because it was 3rd and 5, and he's rolling right. Could have thrown the ball to any San Jose State player on the sidelines. He's outside the pocket, and he ran out of bounds for a 5-yard loss as a second-year starter. That's as bad as it gets for a second-year starting quarterback in that play right there. Like,
Especially
I lost my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Kickers
Jeff,
0 for 4.
Jeff, maybe that's the Egan's point to coach. You think I wanted to let our field goal kicker out there for anything?
Yeah. He's missed a couple of, like for a veteran, he's missed a couple of key throws early.
Yeah.
It would have really made this thing interesting. You know what I mean? But I think that's what his coach is more upset about.
Yeah,
and he made some good throws on their one touchdown drive. He made some real nice throws.
Good throws, but man, like that double move, like it could have been. You could add points on the board. I mean, you could add.
Ryan Nelson asked, "What's the score if San Jose State has a quality quarterback?" I think the other part of that is I don't think Texas plays this way defensively if he's a quality quarterback.
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to answer, but I don't think if they're going up against a dude, They aren't playing four-man rush, sitting off coverage. That's not the way they're playing against a dude.
Part of me feels like, guys, I feel like this is a big drive here. This might be Arch Manning's, what you would hope to be his last drive. Can you move this ball 90 yards down the field and put this game to bed and look crisp? Then you'd like to start getting some Trey Owens, Matthew Caldwell conversations into the fourth quarter. But coming off your own end, can you be sharp here, be physical, and put a drive together that gets Arch out of this game?
Impose your freaking will, man. That's what I want to see at this point, guys. I'm gonna run, but I do want to see if we see more Neto. Jerry, I don't know if you notice, Rod. It seems like when Neto's in at left guard, they're running the ball a little bit better.
And a lot of those times, Connor Stroh's going the right guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta check that out.
So,
does that bring DJ Campbell out of the game?
Yeah, there's been some of that rotation at times. By the way, SMU Baylor 24 all, 3 minutes left in the third.
That is a good game. It's 13 all Iowa State too. 13 all. Iowa State built a 13-3 lead, and Iowa's coming back. Good games both. All right, here we go. Longhorns need to be clean and see if they can move this football.
Let's do it.
Play action.
Overthrow.
Late and overthrown.
Mm.
That was similar to the play he missed off play action first in the second quarter where Ryan Wingo was coming across. It says, can Jonah return punts? We'll see.
I think at some point he will this year.
I've said it before. I think he's better in straight drop back situations. Like I think he's better in straight drop back than he is in play action RPO situations.
You talking about Arch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His best throws, even in this game, have been straight drop back, I believe. Not all of them, but definitely in the Ohio State game. And a lot of them in this game, too.
Good sure tackle right there by the defensive back. Got a receiver in space with a block and got it.
Ryan Niblett needs to hold that block a split second longer. You got to hold that block a split second longer on that play. You got to give the receiver a chance to get up the field. Want to set on third downs, guys.
Pressure coming.
Got him.
Oh.
Yeah. He didn't feel it.
Yep. Ball didn't come out. So the San Jose State Spartans do exactly what they wanted. They get 2 stops on first and second down, incomplete, and then good tackle. Dial up some pressure, and Arch held the ball too long, didn't read it, and Blitzer got there. Ball's got to come out at that point.
I think they brought 6. I mean, they brought a ton of guys.
Yeah.
They brought the house. Yeah. They brought – damn. They brought the house. Like, they did. That was one of them Madden, like the Madden video game, all-out blitzes.
Forced a fumble, too. Fortunate not the touchdown. It stayed out of play, and the Longhorns recovered it. So now, Bomeister is going to punt from his ankle, his toes on the line. Pretty good punt, but returnable. All right. Well, San Jose State executed their mission there. Field position flipped, and now they have the ball. All right. Well, guys, I mean, there's, Ryan Niblett now in at receiver with the DeAndre Moore injury. This, showing some signs of the lack of depth at receiver right now. The Ryan Wingo connection. I mean, what San Jose State's done since that first quarter is gotten their hands around Parker Livingstone a little bit. Other guys have not been able to beat him. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, the Sark run that you talked about, right? That run of complementary football, that's been the difference in the game. That is the game right now for Texas. So what you want to do is establish some offensive consistency outside of that, because that was great. It was great to see the complementary football and the offense feeding off the defense, creating turnovers, and the offense, obviously feeding off that energy and being able to score and cash in. But I'd like to see now you establish the run game, if you can do that, and establish some offensive consistency outside of that Sark run. That's basically all these 31 points. That's all that Sark run.
Yeah.
Right. It was like 4 touchdowns.
28 came in 5 minutes. They scored 28 points in 5 minutes.
That's all your points right there. To me, you got to do something in this game outside of that, or this is going to be a disappointing.
I agree.
Presentation.
Yeah, I felt like that was a big drive off the 9-yard line, and they went backwards and almost gave away points. And now they've got to defend a very, very short field. They've done a good job defensively in this third quarter, forcing 2 punts. But now you got to feel like San Jose State's going to come in playing downhill a little bit with this ball deep in Texas territory.
Yeah, I say some people saying, where's the protection there? I will say it was a 6-man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jordan Washington whiffed it tied in, but it was a 6-man. It was a 6-man.
So
yeah, that's on the quarterback too. Ball's got to come out, but if no one's open, you got to be careful, and that's the process right here.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I could go back and watch it and see hot routes and protection and all that kind of stuff. But when they send that many, your protection is going to get overwhelmed pretty much every time. That's the whole point of it. So right now they're just not in sync. Period. Offensively.
You're right.
By the way, I love good smack talk. Big Load, you're terrible at it. Hog, you're terrible at it. So y'all got to get better. If you're going to bring it in this chat, bring it. If that's the best you got, you suck at smack talk, okay? I'm going to call you out if you're not good at it, and y'all suck at it. But keep bringing it. Get better. Like you think Texas needs to get better, you need to get better because right now, if that's your best, it ain't good enough.
I like
boy, Jerry. Sick 'em.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you're gonna come in here and try to talk trash, you got to be good at it. If that's the best you can bring, then you got to deserve to get called out.
Yeah, because Jerry is actually a great smack talker.
I was a hooper.
Exactly. There you go. So Jerry can talk smack with the best.
Now, Big Low, don't come back and try to say that. You've been trying to run your mouth in the chat and talk smack. You're just not good at it. Get better at it, man.
Yeah, Jerry's an old school playground blacktop basketball smack talker.
Yeah. You're gonna smack talk on Texas. It ain't that hard right now. You just got to bring up third down.
Oh, look, 1 for 8 on third down. There 7 penalties for 80 yards.
Yeah, the stats will speak for themselves right now. You don't really need to smack talk much.
Yeah. All you have to say, here's your good smack talk today. Bad. That's all you have to say. Bad. Just leave it there.
It ain't been good. I mean,
all right, here's see if the defense so many times last year and already this year they've stepped up in these spots. San Jose State has a short field here and a first down.
See, Big Load, this is what I'm talking about.
Good play, Trey Owens. Trey Moore with a good play right there from linebacker.
Big Load, here's good smack talk. As bad as Arch Manning's played at times, he'd still be the best driver in the Georgia program. See, that's good smack talk. Okay? I mean, so if you can't bring it, you got to move on.
Oh, man, that was fantastic. Damn.
All right. Yeah. Oh, this kid's going to be a throw guy. Oh, he could have thrown it. He is going to throw it way late.
Oh, man. This is how smart Taft is. Go watch Michael Taft before that play. He is backing up. I was like, why the hell is he so deep? He must have saw what was going on. I said, look at him. He's like 20-some yards off the ball now.
Yeah.
He saw it before it happened.
Taft diagnosed it. 3rd and 9 now, guys. That was a great heads up play. They were on a trick play that time, but Michael Taft played deep safety. That's a big one. And there's no way Coach Ken's running trying to try his field goal kicker out there again.
No, hell no.
No, he's not good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see.
Looks like Texas is going to at least simulate some pressure. Here they come.
That was a hold on the left tackle, but I don't think they're going to call it.
Oh, did it? Oh, and they were in the NASCAR then. That was nice. That should have been a pick.
Anthony Hill and Colin Simmons coming from either side that time.
Ooh.
The big man almost got him a pick. All right, 4th and 9. I'm assuming they're going to go for this. This might be their last best chance.
Exactly. What do you have to lose?
Well, it's still 20 minutes of football, but still, they're deep into this territory. They've got to take advantage of it. Timeout time. This third quarter brought to you by Driven Automotive and Driven Auto Sales. Used cars, go check them out, drivenoutosales.net. They're based in Buda, Texas, but they'll get you your car wherever you are in Central Texas, all over the country. Used cars, I mean, they've got some beauties on there. You're looking for the dream car, something fun for you. Check that out. Maybe you just need a car or truck. They've got everything. drivenoutosales.net. And the motto is always the same for them. More than fair, more than friendly is what they're all about. More than fair, more than friendly. Every car from Driven Auto Sales you buy comes with a full lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle, fully inspected. They're going to get you the car you want. Do it online, drivenoutosales.net. What do you dial up here, Rod, for pressure like you did last time with NASCAR on 4th and 9 that can flip this game back the other way, or you play coverage?
Yeah, I would come after him. I'm with Jerry. He makes mistakes under pressure. So I'm not gonna let him sit back. He makes some good throws when he's got a clean pocket. So I'm gonna dial it up. I got to break out. I got to go deep in the bag and put up something exotic.
Yeah, it's the strength of this team. And, well, they simulated and still brought the 4. They're going for a deep shot that is going to be incomplete and not a good throw.
No. I think that throw hit a parent in the stands.
Might have hit big load in the stand right there. That was good. All right, here we go.
Look at it's bad. You know it's bad when the OC starts going to the hair multiple times after a throw. He's like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's one of those. I mean, your quarterback who 4-man pressure, he had time. If you, it's like when you used to. You're a golfer, Jerry. If you have a birdie putt, you can't leave it short, right? I mean, 100% of putts that are short do not go in. If you're going to throw a play like that, you got to keep it in bounds. It's got to be able to at least be caught or force a turnover.
You got to give your guy a chance. I mean, yeah.
Can't hit the guy in the stands. All right, here we go. Here is Texas back with the ball.
12 personnel on the run.
Power left. And, obviously the run game works with C.J. Baxter. Look at Ryan Wingo, guys. He's down. That would be not good. Ryan Wingo is slow to get up. He was out blocking wide because the Longhorns ran everything to the left. Hopefully he pops right up.
I hope so.
Somebody at the game saying they hadn't seen much any of Derek Williams today, Rod. Something to watch. Said he's been on the sidelines with his helmet off the whole game. So
that's a good point. Yeah, because Grayson Littleton has started and played the whole game. Oh, they're going.
Check down to C.J. Baxter. Run games are much more effective, guys, today when C.J. Baxter is in the game. He's 12 carries for 61 yards, over 5 yards a carry. No one else really has got that. Christian Clark's gotten his 6 carries. Trey Wisner not playing in this game today.
He missed it, yeah.
No, he missed it. Yeah, Wingo was open. Damn.
It was good to see Wingo right back in there. That was good. I was worried about him. All right, 3rd and 3 now. Longhorns 1 for 9 on 3rd down.
Why wouldn't he throw that?
I don't know. Would have been a chunk play for sure. Well, here comes pressure. There goes Arch. If he can make a move. Oh,
not enough. Yeah, he missed that over route with Wingo. I think that was dialed up. That was schemed up.
Do you go for this? I go for this.
You got to do something because, you want Arch to play the whole game versus San Jose State?
I go for this. Yes, Mosley's out again, Benny Westbrook. I go for this because, if you can if San Jose State gets the ball, if you hold them to a field goal attempt, it's not going to result in points. So I'm going for this in this game.
He agrees with you.
The way their defense is playing this second half.
13 personnel out there, huh? I like it.
Looks like he squirted across.
Yeah, Baxter did a good job getting that last little lean forward. Rod says he always leans forward, and that lean forward.
Just enough. I like the 13 personnel and the 14 personnel though. This game. I'm not gonna lie to.
And that's something they missed last year, obviously, guys, with C.J. Baxter out, that short yardage surge, just falling forward, getting that extra yard or two in a close spot like that, keeping those legs moving. Really like seeing that. All right, so now 1 for 9 on 3rd downs, but 1 for 1 on 4th, and perhaps set it down. See if they Longhorns can build on that. Good block by Nick Townsend that time, and a good throw.
Nice.
Right on the play.
Got time. Beautiful.
Where is the flag? Or where's the flag? Where'd the flag come in? Is there 2 flags?
It was very late. Very late.
Oh no! Come on.
Wow.
That's gonna be pretty way downfield. That's Aaron Butler. Watch the block though. The blitz pickup by Nick Townsend on that play. If they show it again, Jerry.
It was great.
Yeah, Nick Townsend's just going to be a tremendous football.
I mean, he was. I want to say, guys, he was in on like the second or third drive of the game.
Yeah, watch Townsend on this block.
Yeah.
Damn it. Sloppy. Sloppy.
Just sloppy.
Sloppy.
How far does that bring it back, though? If it's a spot foul, 10-yard penalty, Aaron Butler.
Well, I got news for you. We're in the red zone. It's on the 20.
Oh, so at least the play still counts, right? The catch.
Yeah. It's
That's
downfield penalty. Arch's got to read this. Ball's got to come out. He's going to run now. Probably the right thing to do. Get upfield. Did he get in?
Out. They call it a touchdown. Did he step out at the 3 or did he get in?
They're going to say he got the pylon. That'll be looked at, but it's a 20-yard touchdown run by Arch Manning on a scramble drill, which you talked about, Rod Babers. It's going to be a weapon for this team. Didn't scramble to run, scrambled to run. Or didn't scramble to throw, scrambled to run that time, and the Longhorns are up 37-7.
But if you are San Jose State or any defense, you don't know if he's scrambling to throw a scramble. So you gotta hold your responsibility until he crosses the line of scrimmage, and then you got to rally to the football. I'm telling you, man, it's a stressful play to deal with any scramble drill. So, and he's athletic. Dude,
yeah, that was a nice move. Did he get it? Did we get a good block from Dalen McCutcheon too?
Got enough. So let's see. Did he step out at the 3?
No.
Nope.
No.
He's got a real knack for tightrope in the sideline. Remember, he's done it like a couple of times. He did against A&M. He has got a real knack for that. Just kind of knowing spatial awareness, just kind of knowing where he is on the field.
Love it. Rod got to bring out spatial awareness before the end of the third quarter. That's a good sign.
At least you got another offensive, like to me, some offensive consistency and success outside of that run we talked about earlier. That was the most important thing there. Like,
yeah, and a good drive. The penalty notwithstanding. Hey, Rod, I know you're going to jump off in the third quarter. What's your judge on Arch's day? Should Arch be done now at 38, 3, 4 touchdown passes and a run, or do you keep going?
I think I said 25 to 30. He's at 25 attempts right now. So, I mean, you could take him out at this point. I think he probably will take him out, not just 38 to 7, and put in whoever the backup's going to be, Matthew Caldwell. I could be wrong. He may want him to get, some more reps, but I think you want to end on a high note, number one, for him.
Yeah. I'd leave it on that. That's perfect.
Yeah, right. You want him confident, feeling good about, that the way things, the way things ended for him. So I probably would end it there, considering he's at 25 attempts. That's what I said, 25 to 30, and you end on a successful note, him feeling good about powering another touchdown drive for Texas. So, and red zone too, I'd take the win. Sit him down.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you 100%. And did you saw the body language as he was celebrating with his teammates, flexing a little bit. Yeah, that's a good positive mindset, because the end of the first half was not a good positive mindset. You don't want another replica of that. Well, we'll see. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. Obviously, this will be the last couple of plays of the third. And there's your scoreboard around the country. Florida State's got 70 on what was A&M Commerce. They lost to SMU last week. Georgia up on Austin Peay. How about Illinois stretching it out a little bit on Duke and Manny Diaz? That's a good game right there. This Baylor SMU game I'm watching on my phone is really good. 31-24 SMU. That had a long touchdown run. This game has had more explosive scores than I can remember. I think all of the touchdowns have come from house calls, either passes or runs. It's a good game with SMU up 7. Iowa State, the Cyhawk battle is 13-13. It's going to go to the wire as usual in that game.
Yeah. Good play.
That little running back's got some moves to him.
Their running game's been. I mean, I know it hadn't amounted to anything overall, but they have tried to establish a run more than I thought they would.
Yeah.
I thought they'd come out and just try to chunk it.
They're trying to get that check and stay healthy.
Yeah, this is likely the last play of the third quarter. So Texas showing some pressure, brings it, and the quarterback ran right to the vacated spot, and he'll get a first down to end the third quarter. All right, that'll be it. And Driven Automotive, Driven Auto Sales, and our friends at Ally Medical. 7 great Ally locations here in Central Texas, 9 around Texas, 2 in Houston. I tell you, once you go to an Ally Medical facility, you won't go anywhere else. When you have something urgent, something not feeling well, a youngster that's not feeling good, get them in there. Ally Medical, they've got 7 Central Texas locations, 9 in Texas, and Driven Auto Sales. All right, Rod, you'll be on the post game?
Yes, sir.
You're going to hang the 4th, or you're going to go get ready?
I'm probably gonna go get ready here in a second. Get ready for I'm just hanging out, hanging out with you guys for a little bit longer. But I'll probably jet once the fourth quarter starts up.
Yeah. Fourth quarter. What do you think,
I
Jerry?
want to see who the quarterback's going to be. Honestly, I want to talk about who the quarterback's going to be when they come out.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jerry? Is that the end for you for Arch Manning, or you think we get to one more series? I mean, but Rod and I were when you took your little walk away.
Yeah, I had to take a bathroom break. Yeah. I bet we see Arch one more series. I hope we don't.
But I'm with you on that.
The last thing you want right now is something weird to happen injury-wise, rolled ankle, something that, being pressed out of the pocket. I think it's Matt Caldwell needs to take some snaps as a Texas Longhorn because, look, Rod says it all the time, and we talk about it all the time. There's never been a quarterback make it through a full season under Sark. At some point, Matthew Caldwell or KJ Lacey is going to be called upon, and I think it's time to start getting those guys a few snaps as Texas Longhorns.
Yeah,
because I didn't mention Trey Owens because in warm-ups it goes to what we've been saying. Caldwell was 2, KJ Lacey was 3.
I would also say to Rod's when you were at the potty break, and you get to leave Arch on a very positive moment, right? The touchdown run gets his that's what his last memory will be of this game. And there was some bad. We missed Ryan Wingo just recently on that crosser again, and but did make some good throws. That one to Parker Livingstone on that drive right there. That's something I think we'll talk about all week long. I'm sure, guys, it feels like to me Arch Manning has a really good connection with Parker Livingstone. Now Jack Endries is developing. It just doesn't feel like there's good synergy with Ryan Wingo right now. Whether he throws it behind him or Wingo drops it or he doesn't see Wingo, that's something that is critical, especially with DeAndre Moore not in this game right now. Hopefully Texas doesn't have to worry about that in this fourth quarter, but for future games, developing that rapport with what is supposed to be your best receiver, Rod.
It's crazy because Sark has said it before. He said, in my offense, the ball naturally finds some guys, just organically. The ball just finds them. And he said, for other guys, I have to scheme them open a little bit. And remember last year, that was like DeAndre Moore, who the ball didn't naturally find him early on in the season. In fact, naturally found Matthew Golden, found him more, found Isaiah Bond more. And then Sark started to scheme open some things for DeAndre Moore. Strangely enough, I think we all thought Ryan Wingo would be the one that kind of organically the ball would find him in this offense. And it actually seems like, at least obviously with a very small sample size, it's finding Parker Livingstone easier or naturally. So maybe that's the chemistry thing, or maybe it's coverage, because we know they are trying to take away, even though Ohio State admitted, I heard Caleb Downs said there are a lot of plays where they were doubling Wingo. Like they were purposely doubling Wingo and taking him away, taking away Demo. So maybe Parker Livingstone's getting more favorable matchups as well too.
That's part of it as well. But Cheo said Arch is missing reads. So you still want him to come out. Look, all quarterbacks miss reads. I mean, like nobody plays to perfection in the sport. I would take him out of the game. I'm not saying that will happen, but I would. I think he's going to get a lot of reps the next 2 weeks too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's twofold. Positive mindset leaving, but also you got to get your backup quarterback some reps, and this is a game to do it. In this comfortable way your defense is playing here in the second half. San Jose State with just one drive all day. Feel pretty good about that.
Colin Simmons down, guys.
Oh,
isn't that Colin?
Yeah, looks like
that is Colin. Yep.
He'll be all right.
Oh, man.
Right shoulder.
Yep, that's what I saw. Yep. Well, that little hopefully that's minor, but at the same time that might start. Okay, let's get them out. Let's get them out.
You know what? Now all y'all out. Everybody out. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I think is going to be. I'm with you, E. I think that's going to be the last.
I think he got his first stinger in his career.
Oh, he's smiling. He's smiling. He's
I think
smiling.
he got his first stinger.
I'm
Yeah,
still
that's
done with him at this point. Nah, that's all right. All y'all out now. Let's go.
That's
Everybody out. Everybody out. Everybody out. We rotating all the second, third string guys in. Y'all in. We out of here. That's it. That's all I needed to see. Because then you say Ryan Wingo started limping a little bit. No, I don't need to see any of these guys.
Yeah.
y'all come stand by me, and you guys get in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys, let them young guys get it.
Josiah Sharma in the game.
Oh yeah.
90.
Rod, you've had those stingers before, Jerry. I mean, those things, your arm goes kind of dead, and they scare you. They scare you.
Yeah, you're not being able to feel like a certain side of your body. It's okay. Yeah, and always having tingling sensations. No,
Yeah.
It freaks you out.
All right, into our fourth quarter now. About a minute in. Brought to you by Ally Medical locations all over Central Texas and Texas. Here we go with a 3rd and 4. Texas defense has been really good on third downs. 2 for 11 right now, or 2 for 10 for San Jose State in this game.
Three-man rush sitting back in zone coverage, Rod.
I know, and they had the NASCAR package, and they dropped Brad Spence, I believe, out there. I don't. That's one thing I don't like, because I've seen Colin Simmons do it too. I don't like dropping back your best pass rushers in the packages. I know you're trying to get some sim pressures and exotic looks, but drop some other guys back. That's your best pass rushers pass rush.
Dan Ham says we should have a OU Michigan watch party. I cannot do that. I am in transit to Florida after this game. I'm going to see Diabell, Derek Cooper, James Johnson, and a couple other guys in Florida next week. So I will be on the move.
Don't they play one another? Did I see that with you guys, Jerry?
Michael Taft limping
off. That's what I'm saying. Why don't we get off the field? All y'all need to be off the field. Like, what are we doing? What are we trying to prove here? Yeah. What is happening? I don't get it. Get these young guys out there. What is happening here? What are we still trying to prove? This is crazy.
Somebody said Ty Smith has had a good day. This game is made for him. Brad Spence with the pressure.
Oh, boy, don't get a penalty. Another airmail ball. But Brad Spence, I thought we're worried about a roughing, but he pulled off good. All right, so now it'll be 2nd and 10. That Brad Spence has won his outside several times coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, they got Grayson Wilson on a pick route, though. Out and up, though, and they got him again. They've been targeting him. They've been going after the youngster.
That's just another airmail throw under pressure. And look at him. He's like, hey, can you keep it in bounds? I mean, keep it in bounds. That's all. Just keep it in bounds. Inbounds.
Yeah, he gets been shook today, too.
Yeah. All right, here we go. E-Jet trying to get a call here. By the way, SMU's taking a 2-score lead. They back-to-back touchdown runs. They're up 38-24 over Baylor right now.
My thing with E-Get is if you're ever at a bar and he's throwing darts, don't stand next to the dartboard. You're going to get hit in the forehead.
Eventually, you're taking one.
Get hit in the forehead by a dart. So make sure you're not anywhere around the dartboard if he's throwing.
Whoa. Trying to go at, as I said, they're going after the youngster, man. They going
standing up to it.
They're like, hey, and you know what? I think other programs gonna do it too. I think he's a freshman.
Hey, everybody, all these guys have to get experience, man. It's like Rod, you've done it. You did it for 20 years covering. You have to get beat to get experience. It doesn't just come when you win.
You're gonna get beat. Ain't no doubt about it. You hope you don't have one of them games where like you get beat several times. You get beat like 4 or 5 times. You don't want to have one of those games. He's been lucky that he gets off.
Yes.
Otherwise, he could have given up a couple of big ones.
Here comes the blitz. They brought numbers, hitting him on a slant. Best throw of the day for Eget.
And broke out.
Yeah.
Warren Robertson with the tackle.
The secondary sleeping. They sleeping. They sleeping in the fourth quarter. Y'all sleeping now. I don't know what's going on. Playing that lazy off coverage. That lazy off coverage, it'll lure you to sleep too.
Yeah.
Well, and Warren Robertson, who had his off-field issue this week, made the touchdown-saving tackle right there.
Wardell Mack.
That was Wardell Mack. I'm sorry. My apologies to Mr. Robertson. Wardell, Warren. Okay, Michael Taft not in that play too, by the way.
He's out. He's out. They took him out. What they had to go.
Right, and that's how important he is to that communication back there.
Oh,
Lee, what a bad throw.
Hey, is that feels to me?
yeah.
Yeah, good play, young man. Yeah, because he's playing aggressive. Everybody else is playing all this, lazy off coverage. Like, dude, no, stand your ground. If you're gonna play off, sit on the route. Like they're not throwing it behind you. Not a lot.
They throw it to 10 every time too. He's got 16 targets today.
Yeah, if you want him, they throwing it to 10.
16 targets. Oh my!
Great.
What happened to the Jeremiah Smith game plan? Can we break that out for Scudero? Scudero deserves the Jeremiah Smith treatment.
16 targets, guys.
Jeremiah Smith only had 8 targets?
Man.
Come on.
And of those 16, 6 have landed out of bounds.
I was going to say, if Egett was an accurate quarterback, he'd have 175 receivers.
Yeah, because he's been open. It ain't like he's getting targets and ain't been open. He's been open.
All right, another third down here, guys.
Where is 10 at? In the slot? Grayson Littleton? Slot fade. They going to you. Watch your back.
Good call, Rod. Oh, they ran it.
Oh.
All right, but now they're going for this on fourth down for sure.
Yeah, we know they're not kicking a field goal.
Yes. Under 10 minutes almost here, and under 11 now. That's a good play call. Texas was coming and got 8 yards out of it. 7.
They got to watch some slants. They love that slant.
Yeah. He's going to have to do it against pressure. Texas will bring the house on this play.
Bring it, please.
Yep, everybody coming.
Ball
tip. Nice play.
Oh, you ain't going to throw that slant. They tried. They tried to throw a little.
I really like that. Good awareness. You figure the ball's coming out quick to get your hands up, get that ball tipped, and reserve the secondary there, saved them. All right, we'll see if Arch Manning comes back in or there's another quarterback here with 10:34 to go. But Texas defense gave it a little bit, but bowed up at the end. See who got that ball. Oh, the foul. Nice play.
He threw to the wrong guy, Rod.
He did because Cadero was open.
Yep.
Cadero, the slant. They took the slant. They were throwing the slant.
Yeah.
I'm upset with Littleton for not knowing they're going to throw the slant.
Yeah, he threw it to the wrong guy.
He threw it to the wrong guy.
Hand on that ball.
Yeah, because Cadero, that was a touchdown. He threw it to Scudero.
Yeah.
Yeah, Littleton's had it. He's had an off game. He might have been listening to too much of the hype about himself.
He had a lot of calls from Tampa and texts from Tampa.
He might have been online looking at all the Pro Football Focus stats about himself and got a little too much. Mac Brown would say too much sugar on your back.
Well, it's good. It's good experience too, and he's going up against a guy Scudero, Rod. He's a veteran guy, man. He's got all the moves. That's a good thing, right? That's the type of guys you got to see.
No, it's good though to know. That's why you love football, right? Everybody knows Grayson Littleton is a baller. Look what he did versus Ohio State, one of the more talented teams in the country. Against San Jose State, though, maybe not as focused, maybe just a little bit distracted. And Scudero out there, making plays. Does Scudero have does he have half the talent of a Jeremiah Smith?
No.
All those other guys at Ohio State? No. But football is a game where if you're savvy enough and you got the right technique and you got the right focus, talent doesn't necessarily always give you the clear-cut advantage. And you can see it right here. Right?
By the way, for those that don't know, and I did not, Scudero signed with Sacramento State and portaled up to San Jose State. So he signed to FCS.
Mm-hmm. So exactly. Hey,
5'9", 150 coming out of high school.
Out there giving Texas DBs the business.
That guy's going to need a hot tub tonight, man, and the ice tub. That guy's been beat up. Made a lot of plays.
He was targeted 16 times, and they missed him on the easiest one yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that should have been his 17th target.
Yeah.
All right. Do we see, guys, when we come back here in our fourth quarter, brought to you by Ally Medical Emergency Rooms. You'll never go to a hospital-based ER again for any medical need. It's quick, it's efficient, concierge service with a smile. getting you in and out, whether it's an urgent situation or just not feeling very good. They'll get you fixed up at Ally Medical. The doctors own the clinics. There are 7 in Central Texas, newest in San Marcos. They're up and down I-35, right on campus. Also, a couple down in Houston. It's Ally. They are your ally for anything medical and any need you have. But guys, do we see a new quarterback? And if so, is it Matthew Caldwell when he runs out there today?
Yeah, I think it'll be Matthew Caldwell. I think somebody in the chat may be at the games, but I think we'll see Matthew Caldwell here. I think you take Arch out. Look, you had 2 guys limp. You had 2 guys, defensive starters, injured slightly, not bad. But it goes to what Rod said. Sark sees that he's seen enough. What are we doing here? It's time for Matthew Caldwell to get some snaps as a Texas quarterback because he will be needed at some point. There will become a point in time this year where the Texas starting quarterback's out of series, out of half, something. It's just college football. It's happening all around. So got to get your guys some snaps to back up snaps. The Duke quarterback is very good, Drew. I think that's the kid from Tulane, and I think he's a tremendous. Darian Mintz is a really good football player, really good college quarterback.
Oh, what?
Art's still in.
Wow.
Did you see the block for Nick Townsend on that one? That was like
man. Okay.
That dude, you were right about Nick Townsend. He just leveled somebody.
He is a physical dude now.
All right, gentlemen. I'll see y'all in the
all right.
Thanks, guys.
See you, Rod B. Yeah, I wish they're now they're talking about it. That guy likes to. You said this to me a bunch of times watching him in high school. That guy likes contact a lot. Look out! Great throw, Arch. Great throw to the tight end.
He took a high-low hit. Great throw to Jordan Washington. Good to see Jordan Washington come back and make a reception after the drop earlier. Jarrett Gibson in the game. Nato is at left guard.
That was a confident throw amidst the pressure. He knew it was coming. Good throw. Like seeing that, stepped up in the pocket, delivered a really, really good ball. Knew his receiver was coming clear off coverage. So Jarrett Gibson, this is the first time we've seen the baby Rhino, right?
Yeah, it is. Good pressure there. Arch just steps up, wide open receiver. That is Emory Winston with his first career catch as a Texas Longhorn.
Thanks for saying that. Is it Emory or Amari? I mean,
I call him
either one. I mean, we'll have to ask him when we get a chance. Out of the state of Georgia, correct?
Out of state of Georgia, Calhoun. One of the best places to go watch a high school football game in the country is Calhoun. They do a great job on Friday nights. But this is a sure-handed tight end. Was having a great camp until he hurt his shoulder. There's Jarrett Gibson on a little cutback. Winston was having a really good camp until he hurt his shoulder. We broke that news that he was going to be out a while, got back in action. There's a hold and got his first reception.
Holding on Trevor Gooseby. That's the first since DJ Campbell's hold in the first half. That's the first significant penalty on the O-line. That'll back it up and take off. Poor Jarrett Gibson had himself a nice 9-yard run right there, and it's been negated. By the way, that play to Emory Winston, that was nice because that's what Rod was talking about, that scramble drill big play where they've seen him now run for a touchdown and now got to maintain coverage, but things just pop open down the field when Arch breaks the initial pocket and can make something happen down the field. 1st and 20 now. Same play to Gibson and another.
Going to have a hold on right tackle, Brandon Baker. He got beat on an insider. Somebody asked about Wisner's injury. We're here precautionary, but
long season. He's got a little bit of a nick. Legal shift at Texas, so it's going to be 1st and 25 now. Not ideal. This is now over 10 penalties for over 100 yards.
Over 100 yards in penalties.
Which again. When your penalty yardage is rivaling and right neck and neck with your rushing yardage, that is even though it's 38-7, that's not good.
Not good. So that is going to set up the a little waggle here. Arch, get it out earlier.
Yeah, waited too long.
He waited too long. He was looking down the field. He was going to get a little greedy with that one, I think, but he should have flipped that out to Townsend.
He could have gotten ahead of speed and got upfield.
Yeah, Townsend would have got 10, 12 yards probably. He'd have broken a tackle and fought his way for 10 yards.
By the way, that 118 rushing yards, let's not forget that also includes Arch's 20-yard scramble. So the basic running game has not been great for Texas, obviously. Now you've had back-to-back penalties. Second 25, wonder if a screen pass of some kind, something to get a chunk play potentially. We'll see. Yep, there we go.
To Wingo, defensed well, no gain, loss of 1. I think the Texas wide receiver screen game is going to be interesting this year because the one thing we have not seen is it blocked well by the receivers on the perimeter. And if the receivers do not improve blocking on the perimeter, then the wide receiver screen game is going to go null and void this year.
Yeah,
so something to watch there. Something to watch there. The perimeter blocking has to get a lot better in the screen game.
Yeah, and this is San Jose State. I mean, you'll see better athletes on a defense.
Hit as he threw
it.
it.
All right, ball flutters incomplete, and Arch took a hit.
Yeah,
4th and 25 now.
They brought numbers. They brought more than Texas could block on that one.
Yep. Brandon Baker got beat on the outside. So he's all right. So Texas will punt and try to flip this field here and get their defense back on the field. I wonder if that's the last time we see Arch Manning, but we'll see.
I mean, look, Texas has 413 yards in this game, and they have given 250 yards away, whether that's shoddy pass pro, whether that's a poor throw, whether that's a missed cutback lane, whether that's penalties. I mean, that's how sloppy this game has been. That Texas has 413 yards and should have been well over 600 against this team.
That is correct. I mean, we've seen missed throws. Ryan Wingo dropped what could have been an explosive, and these penalties are really, really, killers to these drives for Texas. That was a nice drive that was moving and holding call on Trevor Gooseby, and all of a sudden it's, what would have been 2nd and 1 is now 1st and 20, and we saw how that went. So we'll see. Arch Manning, so for the day, 19 of 30, 295 and 4 touchdowns. Also ran a 20-yard touchdown, showing the improvement. I thought those throws stepping into pressure just now, I thought were positive. Same time, still plenty to work on with this offense. And I think the most disappointing part, aside from the penalties for me, Jerry, is what you just said, the mistakes, just the sloppy lack of focus, things that they have to clean up, because I keep going back to Jeff Howe at the very beginning of our broadcast, talking about finding your identity. And you're going to have an identity as a person, as a team, and it can be that you're just a sloppy team, and you do not want that to be your identity. You got to get that cleaned up, or it becomes your habit. You got to get that, get your hands around that here pretty quick if you're Sark.
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody in the chat's moving so fast. So maybe Texas, we all just overrated Texas. Any team in America is overrated that plays a sloppy game, by the way. So, I mean, that goes for, Dabo said, hey, we're 58%. Okay, well, then that's what everybody's going to say. It's a long season, but guys have to play better. But I don't go so up and down on this. I just look at the game for what is a sloppy game. Did Texas play a sloppy game against Ohio State? They did not, is in terms of what the sloppy has been here. But Texas also defensively they haven't really done much in this game. They haven't really tried to take away San Jose State. They're playing off coverage. I'll break it down. A high percentage just been 4-man rushes. They're not really even a lot of causing confusion for San Jose State offensive line. And San Jose State's throwing a lot at the Texas offensive line. This is going to be good tape for the Texas offensive line, because I don't see a lack of effort. I see some young players that have gotten confused a little bit or just beat, which is actually good for these guys long term, as long as it doesn't continue for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're right about that. And really, those turnovers, that's the critical part of this game. The explosive plays around those turnovers. Other than that, San Jose State stood up pretty well to Texas, which is something to be concerned about, especially in that run game that Texas has to get solved here. Because it was interesting. Sark said this week, Jerry, that their inline run game, their physicality was maybe even better than against Ohio State. Well, it hasn't shown up here in this game because they've only rushed for if you take out Arch Manning's rushing yards, you're under 100 yards. So that's something that they've got to go back to work on. Ahead of UTEP, who will be the opponent next week at 3 p.m. Then it's Sam Houston State. Then a bye week ahead of Florida. We all know that's the next big exam for the Longhorns in Gainesville. How about in Gainesville, though, Jerry? They've got between now and when they play Texas on October 4th, they've got to play Miami and LSU.
Yeah, Myron Charles in the game, by the way, freshman Florida defensive tackle from Port Charlotte, Florida. 3 physical games coming up in a row for Florida. South Florida is going to be a physical game, big quarterback, 6'3", 230. Then they go to LSU. Then they go to Miami. So that game, let's see where Texas goes with how much they improve the next couple of weeks, which they should and they have to. And then Florida, where's their health going to be at? And what are they going to look like in the next 3 games? Because there's a lot of people in the chat, the Florida game is going to be a disaster. Well, let's see Florida play. They played a D2 team from Long Island. And so you got to see how Florida looks in these next 3 games as well. It's not just to throw up your hands, you're going to lose. You got to see how everybody else looks as well. Jonathan Cunningham on the field. But Florida's got to keep DJ Lagway healthy these next 3 weeks because those are physical games, and Texas has to get a hell of a lot better.
No doubt, and cleaner. Great games going on, by the way. Iowa State just kicked a field goal to go up 16-13 on Iowa. Iowa will have time to try to respond. Meanwhile, I mentioned SMU built a 2-touchdown lead over Baylor, but Baylor got an answer score. It's now a 7-point game, 31-31, and Baylor just got to stop, which has been rare in this game. They just got to stop to get the ball back, and 2:23 to go up at SMU. SMU a 7-point lead, but Baylor has the ball back. Sawyer Robertson has a chance to try to move this ball down the field. Big 4th down coming for Texas. 6:07 to go.
By the way, Aaron, this is a big drive coming up for Texas because this is the bettors are in a bad spot right now. It's a 31-point. You're right there. Touchdown changes everything. What side you bet on, and the over/under is 52.5, and we're at 45 right now. It's a big betting drive right now for everybody that's a gambler.
6 minutes. All right, we'll see which quarterback comes out with 6 minutes to play. Good defensive stand right there. They forced a punt, and Longhorns in clear control of this. And Ally Medical Emergency Rooms bringing you the 4th quarter here and our whole game today. 38-31 SMU, really good game. 16-13 Iowa State, real good game going on outside of Austin.
And by the way, everybody expects every game to be a blowout. A lot of them turn that way, but Georgia 14-3 in the second quarter against an FCS team, essentially. So everybody's going to go out and play. But one thing about Texas, the thing I've not liked today about Texas is the penalties for me. Like Wingo had a bad drop, right? Arch missed some reads, right? Brandon Baker's had a couple of whiffs. Guys have missed some blocks. All this stuff is going to happen. Guys have to develop. Guys have to play better. But it's been the penalties, Aaron, are the big thing for me today because I just don't see the level of discipline play that you need to go be a contender. That's the number one thing that's got to change. Guys will get better with experience. They're going to learn from mistakes, but it's the things that really will hurt you on the road that I have not liked today.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think big picture now as this game will wind down, Texas, looked even with some mistakes and inefficient passing game last week against Ohio State. They looked like a championship contender that had opportunities. This doesn't today look like a championship contender to me. I mean, this looks like a team that's got explosive championship level talent on the field, but man, the miscues, the lack of focus, the lack of physicality in a run game, that doesn't look like a team. Doesn't mean they can't become one, but last week, even in a loss, I felt like they looked like a team that could be a championship caliber team. This one today does not give me that confidence.
No, it does not give me that confidence either. I think obviously got to get Trey Wisner back. Got to get Emmett Mosley on the field because Emmett Mosley to me is a bigger, faster version of a Jordan Whittington. He's a really good blocker. He is going to catch everything. You need him in this offense. To me, I would like to see Nick Brooks start to get some opportunities here, see what he looks like. as a young player. But that's the thing. Texas is going to have everybody healthy on this offense from the looks of it right now. And currently in this game today, you're playing without two starters, whether Parker Livingston was a starter or Emmett Mosley's a starter level guy, right? So Emmett Mosley's a guy that started 9 games as a true freshman last year in Power 4 football. So they're going to have to be a healthy offense. That's another takeaway for me. They need all their pistons firing on this offense.
Well, and in this game, we've seen
Arch is done, by the way.
What's that?
Arch is done for the day.
Yeah, and that's not expected. So Matthew Caldwell, number 18. What's we'll watch him with our eyes, but what's your scouting report that you know of?
Yeah, quick release, athletic kid, big kid, false start right out of the gate. The thing I liked, what I saw about him is how quickly he got the ball. Now he's an experienced college quarterback, right? I mean, you would think that would be the case with him. They've refined his mechanics, but he got the ball out quick. He's got a quick arm, and he's got a quick release. That's the thing I liked about Matthew Caldwell in the 2 open practices.
Okay, well, let's see. Troy was where he played last year, and you see the numbers. Also has got some legs to him, kind of can simulate the Arch Manning, packages and things. What is up with Trey Owens? Is he just not having a good run right now? As you said, he's behind KJ Lacey, even as the 3rd-string quarterback.
Yeah, if we're going off of the warm-ups, then it was Arch, Caldwell, Lacey, and then Trey Owens. I think Lacey has been really, really good in the spring and especially fall camp. I think KJ Lacey's been really, really good since he's been at Texas. I think to this point, he just beat out a player that was a year older.
Yeah, that's impressive. Looks like Iowa State, by the way, guys, just got to stop, and they're going to get the ball, and they're going to beat Iowa. Big 12, big win for Iowa State, who are 3-0 now. Jarrett Gibson now getting low and getting a first down. Big run there off the right side after that 5-yard penalty to start the drive. So the Longhorns will get a fresh set here. But Iowa State at home is going to beat Iowa to move to 3-0. Baylor is trying to drive to tie SMU in 2 really good football games going on right now. The early window. Best game tonight. What do you think of Michigan and Oklahoma? Oklahoma's offensive line's got their hands full tonight.
That's the thing I'm looking to. Like, Fasusi makes his first career college start. Derek Simmons is back at right tackle. That's really what I'm watching for Oklahoma for their season is where it can go is that offensive line against Michigan, because Michigan still has really good defensive players. That's the thing I'm watching is that Oklahoma offensive line tonight. Venables is going to have a good game plan. Underwood's a young quarterback for Michigan. Jaden Ott, physically, I think is better this week. He's going to have to be in this game. But that Oklahoma offensive line, how they play, I think is going to be somewhat telling for Oklahoma's ceiling as a team this year, because they've improved, obviously, at quarterback, receivers healthier, running back with Ott. But can that offensive line do for them? They're going to be good on defense. Venables is a really good defensive coach. They have good players. What's that offensive line going to look like? That's going to tell you the ceiling for their team, in my opinion.
First catch, Khalil Lockett of his career, he had some room and kind of tripped over his own feet. Here comes Jarrett Gibson, who's showing some burst in the run game. Back-to-back first downs for Texas inside 4 minutes now. And I would remind Texas fans who just saw Arch Manning go into Columbus and struggle in a hostile environment a week ago, Bryce Underwood just turned 18 years old, Jerry. He's talented, but still, those road environments, place like Norman, that's tough, man. Jalen Milroe went in there and struggled last year as a veteran quarterback. That is not an easy place to play, not long after your 18th birthday.
No, absolutely. And then especially with the price tag on you too, right? I mean, there's a lot of pressure that comes with being our first illegal substitution penalty of the season. You had to get one of these in today because you got to get 15 penalties if at all possible.
Hey, we're to the full dozen now in penalties for Texas.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of pressure on Underwood, a lot of pressure. And it comes with that's the one thing that's different. These kids, all these quarterbacks have pressure on them and always have, but now it comes with a 7-figure price tag. And so that adds even more to it for these college quarterbacks, because that only enhances and ramps up your expectations.
Matthew Caldwell's first attempt, nice play design, but it tipped and it'll be incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 15. But yes, the Longhorns are now to a full 12 penalties for 115 yards. That is going to be case in point. You combine the penalties, Jerry, with the mistakes, right? The head scratching things like the drop Ryan Wingo pass like the some of the arch misfires, these things that are Coach Shipley was pounding the table about the lack of focus and intense focus. That's something that will be, I'm assuming, a priority for Sark this week.
Yeah, before the game, last couple of days, I've been saying play to the standard. This ain't the standard, and so that I think Sark's going to mention that in the press conference after the game. Is we did not play to our standard today, and I think this is what the Texas staff. And look, I'm sure it's the staff. I mean, I think they're probably going to have some discussions with themselves, but from a player standpoint, I think they wanted to challenge these guys to play to the standard, and they did not.
Yeah. Certainly in the point of focus and execution and just, Sark likes to call them, self-inflicted wounds. They certainly have done that to themselves today. So we'll see. This is what the 3-week stretch is about. It's about getting Arch more confident. I think we saw that today with a 4-touchdown, 300-yard performance. There were some positive signs and growth. Still things to work on. The legs. I'm going to live and talk a lot, I'm sure, this week about Rod's point about the secondary plays on the scramble drill. That's something that can become a real weapon for this team as they move forward into SEC play. And then, that's so you saw that, but it's got to get better against UTEP. It's got to get better even then against Sam Houston State. But, that's not the standard. It's exactly what you just said and agree 100%. 450 yards. But
by the way, Sandman has something today, and I think this is true. Not sure we got that much better today.
I agree.
Aaron, I think I would agree with that. I'm not sure you saw the improvement you wanted to see today from a fan standpoint, at least.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And it started from the jump. I mean, it was kind of a lazy performance by Texas, kind of sleepwalking, taking San Jose State lightly, I thought. And that just continued. And you talked about the roughing the kicker that was early. That was a killer. The fact that a 20-yard penalty play gets called back for a penalty on the first play was not auspicious, and then Ryan Wingo drops a pass that on the next drive, and these are just lacks of focus. And Rod said it perfectly when he was with us, and he'll be on the post-game show with Bobby and everybody. To have a penalty on the play you've been working on all week during the script. I mean, and it worked and it hit. That's kind of where for me that's where the Texas mindset came into this game. They were still kind of licking their wounds from last week and the loss, but all the hype and everything in Columbus, and just never played with a focus of a championship level team today.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, somebody in the chat said there's a positive, a right hash field goal make today. That is true. Mason Shipley comes out of the portal, comes to Texas from the portal, and makes his first field goal attempt at Texas, a right hasher. Hey, there you go. Mario Ortiz says next week's a trap game. I've been saying UTEP, they're not good enough. They're not good enough for it to be a trap game. It'll be very similar to this. They'll come out. These teams are going to come out with a spirited effort, but the talent takes over at some point. And look, the problem, if Texas had come out and looked tremendous today, then the UTEP would be able to catch Texas a little sleeping. But UTEP's not going to catch Texas sleeping next week because there's going to be some arses ripped this week after this game.
Agreed. By the way, Baylor did score a great drive inside 2 minutes, and so now we're 38 all with about 30 seconds to go, maybe headed to overtime up in North Dallas. Also, Illinois has stretched their game out, and Iowa State has beaten Iowa today in the early window. Texas is going to win this game. It's only the clock now that matters, and certainly coming up on the post-game show, great conversations and your thoughts with Bobby and I think Drew Kelson and Rod, of course, and the whole crew. That'll be coming up on the On Texas Football post-game show as we hand it off from the On Texas Watch with Us, brought to you by Ally Medical Emergency area locations. Check them out. They're great people. Also, Driven Automotive, Callahan's General Store, bringing you the in-game watch today. Sawyer Robertson, by the way, over 400 yards again for Baylor today, Jerry. He's putting up huge numbers, 4 more touchdowns. That's a fun team. That's a fun game right there. So if you get a chance, what do you think of Ole Miss, Kentucky? Remember, there's a revenge there for Lane Kiffin's team. Ole Miss would have been in the playoff if they hadn't lost at home to a bad Kentucky team last year. Still inexplicable, as talented as the Rebels were. But that's the game to come after this one.
Yeah, Kentucky's just not very talented anymore is their problem, but it is a home game, and they always scare somebody. And let's hope it's not Texas. There's a good catch by Khalif Lockett on a little in route. But let's just hope it's not Texas later in the year. But I like Ole Miss today. I think Austin Simmons is going to be too much. And I just don't think Kentucky's very talented, and I don't like their quarterback situation.
That's never good. That's never good. Good throw there by Matthew Caldwell. Khalif Lockett made the catch, held on to the ball. There was a strip coming from behind him. That's going to probably allow Texas to run this game out. That first down right there, on a big third down play. That helps Texas get to 4 for 14 on third downs today.
4 for 14, 29%.
Yeah, that's not good. But here comes Jarrett Gibson with a foot in the ground and getting upfield.
Ball's out.
Ball is on the ground.
His same
recovered
issue.
by San Jose State.
That's his issue. He's actually made some really good runs today too, but that ball security continues to be the issue.
Yeah, that wasn't even that much of a hit, really. Good hit by the defensive back, but that's got to be better security right there. We'll see what San Jose State tries to do if they're ready to get on the bus and get on out of here inside 2 minutes to go in this game. I actually checked that better angle. Pretty good punch by the defensive back, the captain, one of the captains for San Jose State. So more to work on. Texas has forced the 4 turnovers, but that's 2 of their own right there. And Jarrett Gibson, we hear about it all the time. Why isn't Jarrett Gibson playing? That is why.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, let's wrap this thing up.
We're going to give way to the post-game show, Aaron. We're going to get out of here with about a minute to go.
Very good. Yeah, the game decided. All right, great stuff today. Appreciate Matthew. Appreciate you, Jerry, Coach Shipley, Rod, Jeff Howe, of course, and coming up the post-game show. Thank you, Matthew, so much. Thank you to Ally Medical. Thank you to Driven Automotive. Thank you to Callahan's General Store. Have a wonderful post-game, guys, and we'll have all week to talk about a 38-7 win for Texas. Let's go to the post-game show. Thank you, guys.